I told you I would do it, Jacob. Welcome to the campus of Clay County High School in Salina, Tennessee, where we are set for a non-district basketball doubleheader between Upperman and Clay County. I'm Noah McKay on the call here on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network, joined on this Thursday night by Jacob Vincent. Tonight's broadcast is presented by Nick's Restaurant. We welcome you in to an abbreviated version of the Crouch Team with Highlands Lake Real Estate Pregame show. Thank you so much for spending part of your Thursday night with us. It is a doubleheader. We're moments away from tip-off in the girls' game as the Lady Bulldogs host the Lady Bees. The Lady Bulldogs under Coach Matt Walker enter tonight's contest with a 4-3 record, looking to rally back after a 52-31 loss in Jamestown against York on Tuesday night. They're taking on an undefeated Upperman Lady Bees team under head coach Dana McWilliams, a 5-0 start to the season, coming off a very impressive 55-30 victory at home over 4A Oakland on Tuesday night. The Lady Bulldogs enter tonight scoring 46.9 points per game, allowing just under 42. Upperman scoring 46 points per game, but it has been the defense for the Lady Bees, allowing 28.4 points per game this season, have not allowed more than 32 points. Jacob, it is same old Upperman here. They went to the state tournament last year. They want to go back to it this year. It is the defense that has carried them so far through 5 games.
Yeah, they've got the formula to get them back to the Glass House once again. And, I mean, that's the expectation in Baxter, is to be playing in the Glass House. Same can be said for this Clay County team at the 1A level. This is a team that wants to get back to the Glass House. Haven't been there in a couple of years now. And but this is also a Clay County team a little bit different this year. Have a really good score in Hallie Buford, and going up against a defense, like you said, they've only given up 32 points. That's the most they've given up in a game this season. Came in the second game of the season against Summertown, and it's been right around that 30-point mark in almost every single game, giving up as many as 21 in a game as well. So defensively, playing as good as anyone right now.
Well documented that this is the first matchup between these two teams in a long time, over a decade since Clay County and Upperman got together on a basketball floor. The last time these two teams met, 2010 in Baxter. Upperman won 57-40. The one thing that is the same is the lady on the bench for Upperman, Dana McWilliams, coached in that game. She is here again tonight. Of course, all the action when we come back to Salina. You're watching high school basketball presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Frontier Chevrolet is under new management with a community focus and a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, including the 2023 Chevy Silverado and Chevy Equinox. Frontier Chevrolet should be your first stop. Call Frontier Chevrolet today at 931-823-1255 or visit them online at caseyschevy.com today. Frontier Chevrolet is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
From the sports field to the hunting field, our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors can outfit anyone. Located in the heart of Jamestown at 207 South Main Street, Hall Sports and Outdoors carries everything from kayaks, fishing gear, and camo to guns and ammo. With top brands such as Columbia, Timberland, Under Armour, Asics, and much more, nobody can top their selection. Need some custom gear for your team? They also offer uniforms, gear, and custom embroidery. Stop by and see them at 207 South Main Street in Jamestown. Hall Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
When it comes to caring for your land, you need an all-around performer to make your life easier. One that's tried and true. That's a John Deere compact tractor from Tri-Green Equipment. User-friendly tractors that are big on performance and operator comfort.
This new construction open split bedroom plan in the Honeybrook subdivision has 1,560 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and features a tankless water heater, natural gas heat, and central air. Best of all, the owner is offering $10,000 credit at closing, which you can use for closing costs, a 2-1 buydown, or price reduction. For more information, call Sonia Brown Real Estate at 931-979-7145. Sonia Brown Real Estate is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Steel Technologies has been part of the Rutherford County community for over 35 years. Their plants in Murfreesboro and Smyrna include over 150 teammates who process coils, metal sheets, and planks for customers across North America. Steel Tech's Smyrna and Murfreesboro plants are expanding, and they need teammates to join their team. With openings including machine and forklift operators, truck drivers, and more, They have the position for you with competitive wages and monthly bonus opportunities. For more information and to apply online, scan the QR code on your screen now. Steel Tech is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Steel Tech. Faith, family, Steel Tech.
Welcome back. Tonight's broadcast is presented by our friends at Nick's Restaurant, family owned and operated in the Upper Cumberland for over 30 years. 3 words, I'll say it on every broadcast because it's that good: ice cream pie.
Oh, yeah.
It's ridiculously good. Go and get you a slice. Great. Also, if you're hosting some team events, banquets, things like that, they have the facilities for that right in the heart of Cookeville. We appreciate them for making the broadcast possible here tonight. It's the Coaches versus Cancer night here in Salina, so Upperman has broke out their pink jerseys. Only 1 or 2 times a year do we see the pink jerseys for the Lady Bees. Clay County going to be in the more traditional home white jerseys, white shorts, black numbers and letters with the gold trim. Starters tonight for Upperman. We'll wait on Clay County starters to see who they are, but it's the same starting 5 they've had all season long. Bella Mullins, Bella Stiles, Gracie Hamilton, Taylor Delente, and Gracie Butler. Crowd trickling in here tonight. The rare Thursday night basketball matchup. Baylor Walden going to be the first starter out for Coach Matt Walker. Lacey Wicks, the junior, as well. Kendall Matthews. Hallie Buford, we know, will be the starter. She is leading this team in scoring with 18.7 points per game with a season high of 24. And Bella Ashlock, the senior, is the last starter for Coach Matt Walker. I'm Noah McKay. He's Jacob Vincent. We got a very experienced officiating crew. Expect a well-officiated game, knock on wood, tonight, among the best in the Upper Cumberland. We're missing one bald head down there. That would make it really the perfect trio of officials, but this is as good as it gets.
Wouldn't it?
One of these days.
Can you imagine having one of our coworkers down there officiating a game?
Oh, it'd be a lot of fun.
Makes a bad call that we don't agree with.
I would hammer him. I would be freaking vicious. I can assure you of that. He would expect nothing less. We appreciate you spending part of your Thursday night. That's right, it is Thursday. Contrary to
not
popular
Tuesday,
belief.
not Friday.
No, it is Thursday.
We're not used to these
Fridays
Thursday
tomorrow.
Yes.
And we are ready to play high school basketball in the Upper Cumberland. Tip going to be won by Upperman. Taylor Delente possesses in the front court, gives off to Bella Stiles. Bella Mullins, Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game in the win over Oakland. She had a great game all the way around for the Lady Bees. Gives off to Gracie Butler. She gives back to Delente. Now Hamilton at the top of the key. Hamilton gives off to Mullins on left wing. Now Butler pops it in the corner, drives in, kicks back out to Delente. Delente kicks to Stiles. Stiles, shoulder check a little bit off to Mullins. Mullins out to Butler. Gets free, triggers the 3, good. Gracie Butler with a Sonia Bow with American Way Real Estate 3. Half-court offense working early for the Lady Bees, and they go into the full-court press. Stiles able to tip it. It'll stay with Clay County. 7:22 to go in the first quarter. We're just getting started tonight here in Salina. These two teams, as we mentioned, have not faced off since 2010. A 13-year gap between matchups as Butler tips up the pass. Trying to bring it up is Walden. Walden running out of time. Now the trap arrives. She bounces it ahead. It's stolen by Delente, but she stepped on the line. So Clay County will possess.
And that's what, I mean, they just make it so difficult. Sometimes they'll drop back in that half court, pick you up at half court. Now they're bringing out the full court pressure. They haven't allowed anybody to score on them yet. This will be another one of those really good 1A teams that they've played this year. Summertown, another one. Moore County in there as well. And they just haven't allowed anybody to score on them. And Hallie Buford is a very good scorer for this Clay County team.
You mentioned those 1A teams. Wouldn't there be some scoreboard watching to see how they compare against this Upperman team? Shot inside, no good. Long rebound, though. Can Mullins keep it in? She can. And a nice bounce pass to Delente. Upperman possesses with a lead 1 minute and 10 seconds in. Gracie Butler turns on the Jets and is fouled on the floor. It's the first foul called in the game, and it's going to go on Baylor Walden. Again, this is the Coaches Fight Cancer Night, Coaches Against Cancer Night here in Salina. So the Clay County cheerleaders have the pink pom-poms, Upperman in the pink uniforms.
Clay County's got the pink polos on their coaches.
Butler gives off to Mullins, and Bella Mullins surveys the offense. She gives off left side. And now Hamilton. Hamilton pops to Delente. She's open again for 3. That one doesn't fall, and it hit the stanchion above the score or above the goal. So possession goes back the other way here to Clay County. 6:29 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, it was something we were kind of talking about on the way up here, especially with this Upperman team. They play defense so much. They don't get a ton of offensive opportunities, only scoring 46 points per game, but it's a really efficient 46 points. They're shooting it at a good clip. They're just not getting a ton of chances throughout the ballgame.
Bella Ashlock working, weaving through traffic, trying to set up the first really extensive possession here for Clay County. Yeah, Upperman, most points they've allowed in a game, 32. That was in day number 1 against Summertown. Is spinning inside shot put up. That's no good. Attempted by Buford, and we've got a foul called on the floor. We'll see who it goes against for Upperman.
Yeah, that was a really good move behind the back. Got to the left side of the block. Mullins, though, able to stay in front. She's going to get that defensive opportunity when it is man-to-man. Obviously, they'll kind of go back and forth between that zone and man defense.
Salente called for the personal. First team foul. First personal on her. We're 6:11 to go in the first quarter. Inbounds pass fired in. Walden throws it up, and that is swatted. Gracie Butler with a rejection. Hamilton on the floor looking for it. Now Buford has it, puts it off the glass for 2. Chaotic sequence ends with 2 for Hallie Buford.
Well, she's been in double figures. She's been the leading scorer in every single game so far this season for the Bulldogs, averaging almost 18 points per game.
Step back 3 for Butler, no good. May have kissed the front of the rim or an air ball. Either way, possession goes to Clay County. 5:49 to go in the first.
Now, the way she's been shooting the basketball, you're okay with that shot, especially in the flow of their offense.
Yeah, they want to get her fired up. Still no scores, averaging double figures for Upperman this year. Butler averaging 9, Delente just over 8. But on the other hand, very balanced. If you recall, on Tuesday night, they had 15 points at the end of the first quarter, and 6 Lady Bees had scored, and none of them were Taylor Delente. Here comes the full court press again, floating back. Clay County trying to make some room is Buford. Now she sends the pass across. Ashlock with a football pass into the front court finds Walden. Walden surveys the defense. Upperman in the man-to-man, driving in and now kicking over into the corner. Working around left side, throwing up the shot, little wild, no good. Attempted by Wicks. Rebound down to the Lady Bees. You'll see Upperman starting to man-to-man, then settle into a 2-3 as Bella Mullins drives in, and that is rejected with authority by Bella Ashlock. Possession goes back to Clay County. Here come the Lady Dogs into the front court. Walden gives off right baseline side. A little shoulder shrek for Wicks, and there's an errant pass. It could be a backcourt violation. Instead, Bella Mullins just going to take it herself and will drive in for the layup that misses short arm. Lady Bulldogs into the front court, pushing in transition is Wicks. She gives off, and Ashlock loses handle on it, poked away by Stiles. And we'll see the freshman Sadie South. She can shoot the lights out of the gym. She checks in here for Bella Mullins.
I think that's what's even more dangerous about this Upperman team. As you mentioned, nobody's scoring in double figures. It's a defense that's only allowing 28 points per game. Nobody's scoring in double figures because so many different players can score.
Inside, Ashlock turn, no good. Rebound fought for, tipped around, still fighting for it. Ashlock has it, and then there's a little bump foul to be called on Butler. Second team foul, first personal against Gracie Butler. 3:43 to go in the first. We won't be able to read all the comments tonight. The service isn't great for us. Thankfully, it's great for the router, so we don't have any connection issues. But still, help us out in the comment section. Let us know who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Hit that like button. I can see we got a good crowd tuning in for this Upper Cumberland matchup this evening. Happy to be here. 2 teams covered by UCR, always fun when they get together, especially out of a district. Possession here, Ashlock. One of the most gifted athletes in the school. Ashlock, couple of crossovers, drives inside, goes up, good and one. Bella Ashlock with a big-time play, and Clay County leads midway through the first quarter.
Yeah, talking with the guys at Dale Hollow Horizon earlier before this game and just talking about how talented she is. Hasn't been able to get it going yet this season. This could be a good game for her to try to get it going against a good defense in the Bees.
So Ashlock goes to the line to attempt the free throw. The free throw is no good, but another offensive rebound, and Clay County's dominating the boards. Ashlock barrels in. Stiles took a shot. She's banged up as Ashlock makes it fall. I wasn't sure if we were going to have a call either way there. They go with no call, and it's going to be a sub into the game. Cora Bass going to get in for Stiles, I would imagine, here.
That's been a big thing to start this ball game. Are those 50-50 balls? A lot of offensive rebounds. I believe 3 of them so far for Clay County in the early going. They've led to points. They've led to fouls being called. So far on that possession, led to 4 points.
4:15 to go in the first quarter. Clay County with a dream start under Coach Walker. They lead by 3. They are looking to make a statement tonight against the 3A powerhouse. Yes, it's Upper Cumberland, but separated by a couple of classifications. Both these teams are in it at the end every year. Butler surveys the floor, now gives off to Delente. Delente activates into the play, drives and kicks over to Mullins. Mullins, extra pass to South. South now finds Bass. Cora Bass picks up dribble, back to Gracie Butler. They swing around left side to South. South fires inside. What a feed to Butler, up and under, no good. Got too far underneath the cylinder. Rebound, and now here comes Wicks pushing it in transition. She lost handle on it, and it's going to go to Upperman.
Nice job by South. Got back in that defensive transition, was able to knock it out of there. Looks like Upperman's going to take a timeout here.
Coach McWilliams wants time out to talk about things. Good opportunity to go ahead and tell you about a busy Friday coming up for you tomorrow night. The main UCR Facebook page, it will be York welcoming in Oakland into Jamestown for a doubleheader there. Roger and Rusty on the call there. I got to check with my live stream director over here. On UCR2, it's Cookeville hosting Hendersonville. Rafferty Cleary, Chase Hoke on the call. That's a funny combination. I'm excited to hear those two call a game together.
A couple of good games
as well. It should be two really good games. I will be in Baxter for a standalone game as Upperman welcomes in Providence Christian Academy. That's a fun girls game.
Yeah.
PCA can play. They're a state tournament team, probably
just one loss
in Division
so far.
2. They're a good team, and they will face off for an Upperman team that's playing 3 games in 3 days. That's right. Jacob and myself will be in Baxter on Saturday night as Siegel comes to town to take on Upperman in a doubleheader.
Another couple of fun games. That's the thing about this Upperman team. They're challenging themselves early on this season, and they're doing it this week specifically.
Yeah, both Coach McWilliams and Coach McWilliams said, you want some, come get some this year with the non-district schedule, as Cora Bass gives off. And by the way, tip of the cap to Matt Walker and Rob Edwards, because they did the same. Driving inside, Butler throws it way up and out of play, no good. And so far, Jacob, Clay County doing a great job limiting the opportunities in the lane for this Upperman team.
And one of the things they're doing as well, they're matching their physicality. This is an Upperman team that doesn't have a ton of size, especially when Bella Stiles and Harrell are not in there. And Stiles, we saw, took a little bit of a blow earlier. She is not in the ball game right now. And I believe she did check back in, so she is on the back of the defense, so that's good to see. But it's a Clay County team that's got a good amount of size, and they're able to match up with them physically.
Natalie Smith tried to break the double team into the front court, but stepped out of bounds just by the scorer's table. Possession back to Upperman in a 3-point game with 3:17 to go in the opening quarter. Also, stick around a little bit later on. We'll tell you about what I'm doing next week. I'm excited. We're going to have some fun. Cora Bass has it, gives off to South. Pops free. Wisely thinks about the 3 and instead gives off to Bass. Now Mullins. So far, Clay County settling into a man-to-man defense, playing strong. Bass back out to Mullins. Now Stiles. Stiles off the dribble, back to Bass. Bass activates into the lane. Up and under with the lay-in. What a finish for Cora Bass.
Yeah, it's a much-needed offense for the Bees as well. Bass gets in there and a nice little up and under move and whistle.
A little touch foul there. Delente, if this is on her, it's her second. Big call here, and it is on Taylor Delente. Her second personal, team's 4th, and that sends Gracie Hamilton to check in. So this was where it'll be interesting. An opportunity for Clay County with both of the team's leading scorers in pink. Butler and Delente out of the game if they can try to extend this 1-point lead. Now Smith working against a double team. South there defensively. Now she gets it ahead to Walden. Walden stutter steps, surveys, now back off to Smith. Smith gives off to Hallie Buford. Buford, kind of the Batman and Robin with Riley Burchett the past few years now. It's her show. She's the superstar on this team, and they'll look for her to carry them through another difficult single-A district. Splitting the zone, driving in with the runner, no good. Rebound tipped up a couple of times. Ashlock has it. The putback, no. Third chance potentially here. Walden, and there's the foul. The size of Clay County dictating the opening quarter with 2:05 to go, and Ella Harrell is going to go to the scorer's table maybe because of just that.
I wondered at what point does she come in to try to combat some of that size. Ashlock inside has done a really good job. They're crashing the offensive glass. You can tell that's been an emphasis early on in this ball game. They're setting the tone. This is a tough place to play. And again, they have not played here in quite some time. Haven't played here in Salina since 2009. So these girls have no clue what it's like to play here in Salina, and there's a good crowd on hand as well.
Yeah, it's a good gym as Walden makes the second free throw. It's a little darker in here, though. It's small. The ceiling is real low. You feel like the crowd's right on top of you. Not a huge crowd yet, but if this game continues to be close, I promise you they're going to get into it in a major way. Cora Bass with it with 1:53 to go in the first. Gives off to Bella Mullins on left wing side. Into the corner, Stiles. She wanted it. She has it. Drives in, throws it up. Good for 2, and we're tied up at 7.
And Styles may be the player that needs to kind of get going in this game. She's got some of that size down low to match up with Ashlock.
Speaking of, she intercepts the pass there as the press forces another turnover. Bass with it. We're tied up. 90 seconds to go in the first quarter. Right side, Hamilton. Hamilton surveys the defense, now gives off Styles. Styles going to drive the lane, now picks up dribble, kicks out Mullins. Extra pass, Hamilton. Long three, no good. And again, the basket here has that stanchion, which kind of goes as a diagonal, so you'll see a lot of shots hit off that. That kills the play. Gracie Butler back into the game for Cora Bass. Clay County basketball trying to regain the lead.
And that could have been one that maybe had a chance to fall back in there as well. It bounced straight up in the air.
Now running out of time, finally getting it into Ashlock, splitting through the defense. Now she turns and burns into the front court over to Buford. Buford fires it back into Ashlock. She runs into Harrell, and that forces the turnover. Possession goes back the other way.
Yeah, it was a good pass. She's looking on the outside for Smith. Smith came in from the left wing and cutting to the basket. Already a player down there. Was hoping to find an open look outside, and just a little miscommunication.
60 seconds to go in the first quarter for Bella Mullins. 7-7 our score here in Solana. Driving inside, Butler gets free and gets fouled. Didn't get it to fall. She was a little frustrated with that, but she will go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot two.
I know I was broadcasting whenever they played Oakland the other night, but against Summit, she did that 3 or 4 different times, got fouled every single time, made it a couple of times, and was able to knock down some free throws. She's really able to find some money driving to the basket.
First free throw is no good. 55 seconds to go in the opening quarter here. It's a doubleheader. The boys game coming up. Following. Upperman leads again after the second free throw falls for Gracie Butler. Now a full court pass ahead, breaking the press, goes to Buford. Buford has it knocked away, the hustle by Gracie Butler, and Ava Mae Allen about to get her first action as she'll check in, see who she's coming in for Upperman. It will be Butler, trying to keep her fresh. She's been, since the beginning of the season, dealing with a bit of an ankle, getting taped up there, so they're trying to keep her minutes relatively low. Pass back behind her. Goes to Buford. She looks back towards Coach Walker. See if they hold for the final shot or if they try to go. 40 seconds to go in the first. Hamilton comes up to pressure. Flip pass across to Smith. Now she goes back over for Buford. Back and forth they go. Ashlock now on the left wing. She sends it down into the corner. Now they reverse back out. Buford over to Smith. 25 seconds on the clock. Bouncing it, Ashlock turns just inside of the free throw line, no good. Great box out for Styles, and now Upperman with a chance to end off the quarter. Mullins shields off the defensive pressure. 14 seconds for Bella Mullins. A shoulder step, now over to Allen. 8 seconds left. Allen goes back to Mullins. Mullins is fouled. They had 3 to give. This one's going to go on 22. That's Lacey Wicks. That's just the second or third team foul, I should say. And here come the shooters, Delente and South.
That's what kind of makes these first 3 quarters interesting with that new rule is you can do this at the end of quarters and not allow an easy basket, especially if you have some to play with.
You just have to watch that potential foul trouble when it happens.
Right.
But great point. Delente to inbound with 5 seconds on the clock. It's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Wicks. Wicks with 3. Gives off to Buford. She'll trigger the 3. No good as the buzzer sounds. That brings us to the end of an exciting first quarter. After 1, it's Upperman 8, Clay County 7. You're watching high school basketball. Presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with creative food and drinks on the rooftop. Fire and Vine is also home to the UCR Coaches Show on Tuesday nights. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Crossroads Auction Group are the Upper Cumberland's auction experts. As a full-service auction company, they take your stress away every step of the way. Servicing the entire Upper Cumberland, the Crossroads Auction Group gets your property ready from cleanup, setup, picture taking, up to the auction and beyond. They handle all auctions from estates, residential, farms, land, commercial, and everything else. For more information, visit crossroadsauctiongroup.com or call 931-644-7149 today. The Crossroads Auction Group are proud sponsors of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. Entering the second quarter, Upperman leads Clay County on the road 8-7. I'm Noah McKay. He's Jacob Benson. Happy to be with you tonight. Clay County basketball trying to break the press. See if Upperman goes back into that zone defense. And it looks like they have done just that. That 2-3, which is just, it's not it looks like a 2-3 right now. It does not play like a 2-3.
It's an Upperman 2-3.
Yeah, it's a different sort of 2-3. Right side it goes. Now they go baseline and the free throw line, I should say. Kick out pass left side, Buford. Thought about the step back. Coach McWilliams wants to travel. She doesn't get it. Right wing pass goes now around Ashlock. Ashlock did travel. Possession back to Upperman.
Yeah, and that's why Coach gets out there, tries to let them know, hey, you missed that one, get the next one.
Looks like me in an Upward game.
That's right.
I'm working the refs the whole time. I promise you that.
Yeah, you got to remind them, hey, watch out for this. It's going to happen.
Allen with it. She finds Harrell. Harrell kind of took out that inside game. Now South pops off a screen and pulls the three. No good. A rebound down to Ashlock. May see more minutes out of Ella Harrell than we've seen so far this season, given the matchup.
And when she's been in, she's played well.
They go baseline Ashlock. Now a nice kick out pass. 3 balls on the way. Doesn't fall. Rebound tipped out of play. It's going to Upperman. Delente to the scorer's table. Gracie Hamilton checks in. She's in for Allen. Delente in for South. You'll see Upperman rotate a few more pieces in and out than Clay County will, although not going to go too far into the bench, either team.
How about the stretch that Clay County's playing? York Tuesday,
Love
Upperman
it.
today.
I love it. you got to tip your cap as Delente steps back and sends over to Mullins. You're facing teams that are better than probably anybody in your classification. Inside pass to Harrell, turns, puts it off the glass, good for 2. It's going to prepare you for what you hope is a postseason run.
And playing with them right now, just one possession.
It's a 3-point game, full court pass ahead. Now picking up, going back over to Ashlock as one of the Lady B defenders came flying through at 1,000 miles an hour. Ashlock, flip pass across over the head of the defenders. Into the corner they go. Now inside, driving shot, knocked away by Ella Harrell. Put a block up on the scoreboard. Baseline, now kick out, 3 ball up and good. Splashed home, Halen Garrison with the 3, and now we are tied up at 10. Apologies, we had a wrong number on our lineup, so we were trying to make sure we called the right young lady. Haley Garrison with the 3, and now driving in, Hamilton turns inside, now back out to Lente. So Garrison ties the game up at 10. How does Upperman answer? Hamilton drives the lane, now turns and kicks out to Mullins. Mullins gives over to Butler. Butler fires a tip pass. Delente able to get it back to Butler. Now Hamilton. Hamilton gives over Mullins. Mullins inside. Harrell swatted away by Bella Ashlock. And possession back to Clay County. Ashlock really wrecking havoc on both sides with her length.
And this Upperman team is going to be interesting, especially when they're in close games like this one. They don't have Jayla Cobb. They don't have Abigail Johnson.
3 ball on the other end, no good. Harrell with the rebound, gives off to Butler. Butler ahead to Hamilton in the fast break. Gracie Hamilton off the glass for 2.
But as I was saying, someone's going to have to be that go-to scorer for this team. Gracie Butler, Taylor Delente, seems like it could be one of those two.
Back into the press. Clay County's done a nice job against it, really better than anybody's done against it so far this year. Bella Ashlock now. Ashlock bounces over left side, Garrison. Styles back to the scorer's table. We got a sub coming in for Clay County. Can't get a look at the number yet. Right side, Buford. Buford traveled with it. Possession goes back, and they're trying to get that shot fake, but that foot just slides a little bit, and it'll be Natalie Smith in for the Lady Dogs.
It's a good amount of freshmen playing for the Bulldogs tonight.
And Sadie South to the scorer's table a little late. She gets in. She's in for Delente. And it's interesting to watch that sub because we've seen Delente's game grow. Sadie South kind of playing the Taylor Delente role from a year ago. That freshman off the bench or even starting that can rain in threes. Styles with it, waiting at the top of the key. Now Styles going to drive inside. Ashlock disrupts it. Styles on the ground, tries to get it out, and Hamilton does possess. Now Hamilton crosses over. She drives inside, throws it up with the right hand. No, too strong. Rebound down to Walden. Walden sends it over into Smith. Smith, flip pass across Buford. Buford traveled with it. Possession back the other way. Again, we've seen that a few times, just that shuffle step as you're trying to get running.
Yeah, and it seems like every single time they're trying to either get into their shot or, like you said, a little bit of a jab. They're not keeping that pivot foot down, just a little bit of a shuffle step, and it could be the defense too, trying to get a little bit quicker than the defense, get a pass before them, and just speeds them up a little too much.
You see Wicks back in, Hallie Buford to the bench. So interesting to see, or pardon me, Bella Ashlock to the bench. Interesting to see how that affects Clay County. She's having a good start to the game. Styles waits now, flips back to Butler. Butler going to drive into the lane and puts it up for two. No Ashlock in the lane. Coach Walker calls timeout as Gracie Butler extends the lead to 4 for the Lady Bees.
Yeah, it's a big difference down there. She's been bringing the energy inside. She's got the size and been matching the physicality inside. That would have been her at least making herself a presence inside. You take her out, a little bit less size and a little bit easier for Butler to get to the basket.
Next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'll see you in sunny Florida. We're going to Orlando as Upperman Lady Bees and Bees participate in the KSA Events Tournament. They play down there pretty much every year. We will be there, game stream live on the UCR Facebook page. Again, from Orlando, Florida. Next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Game times to come. It's a lot warmer there. I'm going to golf. I'm going to tell you that right now.
It's not bad here. It was 60.
It's not golfing weather.
Well, I'd golf in this.
Well, I'd golf in this, but you missed yesterday? It was cold yesterday.
Was chilly.
Yeah, thank you.
It
wasn't cold. You know where it wasn't cold? Florida. Thank you. 3:50 to go in the second quarter out of the timeout. Ashlock quickly back into the game. She possesses, sees the lane, now pulls up the mid-range floater, no good. South with the rebound, and she gets it back to Hamilton. Hamilton surveys the defense, now out to South. She'll trigger the three. Sadie South, good, with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3.
This is where the Bees start to put on a little bit of a run. The defense has stepped up and made some big plays. Can Clay County weather a little bit of this run and maybe get into the defense again?
You blink, and it's a 7-point advantage for Upperman with 3:17 to go in the second. Buford crosses over, now puts it behind the back. Nice move inside. Mullins there with her stride for stride. She gives off now out to Ashlock. Ashlock with a nice ball handle, drives in, throws up the shot, no rebound, tip goes out of play, and it goes to Upperman with 3:01 on the clock. Sub to the scorer's table here for Clay County. Claire Kendall checks in here for the Lady Dogs, and Mullins going to bring it up as we go under 3 to play. Scott, I will not be on the call for York Oakland. That'll be the GOAT. Roger Ely will be there. Sorry to miss it as South triggers the three off a screen. No, long rebound fought for, goes out of bounds, and it'll stay on that end with the Lady Bees.
Well, the Bees are doing a much better job of attacking the basketball after shots. We saw those 3 offensive rebounds in the first quarter. Of course, any coach doesn't want to see those, so they're matching their physicality a little bit better here in the second and going after those 50-50 balls.
Taylor Delente, Cora Bass checking in here for Sadie South and Gracie Hamilton. Seeing some of the comments here while they are able to load. Jeremy's watching some of his buddies officiate the game. Rusty's watching from the recliner. Brenda's watching from Sparta. We welcome each and every one of you and everybody else who's commented as Bass gives off to Delente. Delente right side for Butler. 2.5 to go in the second. Butler trying to go one-on-one. Crosses over, now drives inside. Gracie Butler blocked again by Bella Ashlock. Came flying in for the swat.
See, and there's that difference. She wasn't in the play before. She's able to get to the basket. That time she comes from her help side defense and gets the block.
Possession stays with the Lady Bees. Mullins trying to get it in somewhere. Surveys, now fires to Bass. Bass flips back out to Mullins. Mullins with room to operate finds Delente from way downtown. Good. Taylor Delente with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. Her first of the game. And just like that, Lady Bees out in front by 10. Clay County has scored 3 points in the quarter. Buford sees the lane, drives. It's knocked away from behind by Gracie Butler.
And it's all started on this side. Obviously, the full court helps. And team offenses, they just get tired going up against this defense. You have to make really good passes. You have to get really good shots, and you have to hit them, too.
Subs checking in for either team. Back in for Clay County is Baylor Walden. Ava Allen back in here for Upperman. Checking in for Kendall and Delente. 2:08 to go in the second quarter. Upperman leads by 10 in the first of 2. It's a doubleheader. The boys' game to follow. Driving inside, spinning. Smith throws it up with the left hand. Good. Natalie Smith with a nice touch in the lane.
I got some lefties on this team.
Now Cora Bass into the front court, slams the brakes back out. Gracie Butler. Butler gives off to Ava Allen. Allen now finds Bass. Bass going to drive the lane, up and under, no good, going into the lane of the trees. And Clay County takes it away, trailing by just 8 now, and bumping into the back. Bass. That is the first foul of the quarter on either team, and it comes with 1:41 to go in the second.
I was just going to say how quick this quarter has gone by, and it's been because of that. Haven't been too many stoppages. Really good play, though, by Smith, realizing the defender is trailing behind, stopping and letting that trail defender run into her and picking up the foul.
A couple of subs in for each team here. Ashlock looking to inbound surveys, running out of time. Now fires it late. In some traffic, able to grab Buford. Buford back near that CC at center court. 90 seconds to go in the first half, and a good one so far. Buford crosses over. Each possession big for Clay County as they try to keep it a single-digit game. Buford throws it up with the left hand. No, rebounded by Bella Stiles. Stiles goes ahead to Allen. Allen running the floor. Now waits as their teammates arrive. Mullins gives off to Butler. Thought about the long three. The teammates stood up for it too. Thought it was coming, but she holds off. Now Allen off the dribble. Picks up. Now pivots. Now finds Butler. Butler going to drive to the free throw line. Kicks out right side Mullins. Mullins off the dribble to Allen. 56 seconds on the clock. Now Stiles. Back out Allen. 46 seconds to go in the quarter. Allen checks. Upperman probably content to hold for the final shot here. We'll wait and see.
Yeah, at least until the Clay County pulls their defense out.
Allen gives off to Butler, and Butler resets. 34 seconds. Yeah, there's no shot clock in high school basketball. They're not going to put one in now, so you might as well wait.
What I'm glad is none of our teams have held the ball for 6 minutes straight in a quarter yet.
Oh, I've seen it.
Oh, it's no fun.
I've seen it. I have seen it, my friend. Mullins with it. She's waiting. Now here comes the double team with 10 seconds. Mullins flips it over to Stiles. Stiles waits, trying to get South free. She does. Triggers the three. No good. Rebound down. Tipped out. Butler has it. Butler chucks it up. It would count, but it does not go. Brings us to the end of a hard-fought first half. After 2, it's Upperman 20, Clay County 12. We'll be back with the Happy Hiller halftime show after a word from our awesome sponsors. You're watching high school basketball, presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Operation Rudolph is a go.
Go.
I see where it is. Light the runway. Santa's never gonna find us.
Oh, yes, he will.
Merry Christmas! Everybody gotta feel that emotion. Move your body, do whatever you like. Are you ready? Come on, put it in motion. Let's just get crazy. Got me feeling alright. Gonna celebrate. Raise your glass up high. Gonna celebrate. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Having the time of our lives. Oh, everybody almost got a commotion. Lift your hands up, leave your worries behind. Are you ready? Come on, put it in motion. Let's just get crazy. Got me feeling alright. Gonna celebrate. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Having the time of our lives.
The Crouch team with Highlands Lake Real Estate proudly presents this gorgeous 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom brick home in Cookeville. With 6,000 square feet, 2 levels, and a finished basement, 2 fireplaces, and much more, this could be your forever home. Call 931-979-1191 for more information and to schedule a showing today, or visit chadandamycrouch.com. The Crouch team with Highlands Lake Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
My name is Lolly, and I'm a franchisee with Domino's. Growing up, I always loved Domino's, but I never imagined I'd own my own store. I'd have to say my favorite part of operating a store has always been making pizzas. It was a big step up becoming a manager. I was only 18, and I was running $1 million business. That's the great thing about Domino's. Promotions happen quickly if you work hard and you learn the business. If you want to own your own business, make money, and have fun while doing it, you won't find a better opportunity than Domino's. My name is Lolly, and I am Domino's.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do. Frontier Chevrolet is under new management with a community focus and a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, including the 2023 Chevy Silverado and Chevy Equinox. Frontier Chevrolet should be your first stop. Call Frontier Chevrolet today at 931-823-1255 or visit them online at caseyschevy.com today. Frontier Chevrolet is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
From the sports field to the hunting field, our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors can outfit anyone. Located in the heart of Jamestown at 207 South Main Street, Hall Sports and Outdoors carries everything from kayaks, fishing gear, and camo to guns and ammo. With top brands such as Columbia, Timberland, Under Armour, Asics, and much more, nobody can top their selection. Need some custom gear for your team? They also offer uniforms, gear, and custom embroidery. Stop by and see them at 207 South Main Street in Jamestown. Hall Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
When it comes to caring for your land, you need an all-around performer to make your life easier. One that's tried and true. That's a John Deere compact tractor from Pregame Equipment. User-friendly tractors that are big on performance and operator comfort.
This new construction open split bedroom plan in the Honeybrook subdivision has 1,560 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and features a tankless water heater, natural gas heat, and central air. Best of all, the owner is offering $10,000 credit at closing, which you can use for closing costs, a 2-1 buydown, or price reduction. For more information, call Sonia Brown Real Estate at 931-979-7145. Sonia Brown Real Estate is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. It's time for the Happy Hiller halftime show. Visit happyhiller.com to see how our friends at Hiller can help solve your plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical problems today. It's happyhiller.com. Yeah, Jacob, I don't need the script.
It's impressive stuff up here.
Rattle it off.
I can assure no script up here.
Some may say professional announcers. At
Some.
the break here,
Some.
not all, some. At the break, Upperman leads Clay County 20-12, and we were joking during the state championship game on Saturday. I said an Upperman game had broke out in Chattanooga. Well, a little bit of that is broken out here. Clay County been very game tonight, but they find themselves down by 8, scoring just 12 points. It's kind of been the nature of these games that we've seen Upperman play so far this year. If you're Clay County, you got to be happy with it, but it's just tough to score against this defense.
Yeah, and you saw them come out. They matched their physicality. They got 3 of those offensive rebounds in the first quarter, and then a flip switched in the second quarter. Bella Ashlock was great in the first quarter, has been good all first half long, but they've been able to negate her a little bit throughout the first half. The offense started to come alive, and Upperman's hitting some deep shots. That's gotten them back into this game as well and given them the lead that they have. The defense has turned up and looked like what we expected it to be. They give up 7 points in the first quarter. That's right at their average. Only gave up 5 more in the second, and just keep on playing good defense.
It's a busy stat sheet here as Bella Ashlock has 4 points. That lead scores for Clay County, 2 for Natalie Smith, 3 for Halen Garrison, 2 for Hallie Buford, 1 for Baylor Walden, for a team total of 12 at the break. For Upperman, another very balanced effort. Gracie Butler leads them with 6 points, 3 points apiece for Sadie South and Taylor Delente, and then 2 points for Cora Mass, Bella Stiles, Gracie Hamilton, and Ella Harrell. balanced scoring on both sides for Clay County. They're going to look to get Hallie Buford rolling here in the second half, averaging over 18 points per game, just 2 as we sit here in the break.
And she's been in double figures every single game. She's led the team in scoring every single game. One thing I noticed in the first quarter, she's really trying to get to that left hand and trying to get to the left side of the basket. I think the Bees saw that as well. They stopped her from going to her left hand. They're trying to force her to the right side of the court. She's a really good player. She's still going to be able to get some points, but they're at least taking away what she's most comfortable doing.
Don't forget, a boys game to follow. Also stick around post-game during the Swallows Insurance Agency post-game show. We will have the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. I have never done a broadcast without saying Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. You're home and all good for all your trophy needs. If you need T-shirts, everything we wear, the hat that I got on my head, I think the hat that you've got on your head, yes, indeed. The polos that we wear all comes from Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing. This is high-quality stuff and high-quality people. We'll talk more about that post-game. But as we continue on with the Happy Hiller halftime show, it's Upperman 20, Clay County 12. Second half action when we come back to Salina. This is high school basketball on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network, presented by Nick's Restaurant.
Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with creative food and drinks on the rooftop. Fire and Vine is also home to the UCR Coaches Show on Tuesday nights. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Everybody gotta feel that emotion. Move your body, do whatever you like. Are you ready? Come on, put it in motion. Let's just get crazy. Got me feeling alright. Gonna celebrate. Raise your glass up high. Gonna celebrate. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Having the time of our lives. Oh, everybody wanna start a commotion. Lift your hands up, leave your worries behind. Are you ready? Come on, put it in motion. Let's just get crazy. Got me feeling alright. Gonna celebrate. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Having the time of our lives.
Welcome back. Don't forget, join us tomorrow night for 3 sets of games live across the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network on the main UCR Facebook page. It will be in Jamestown. Roger Ely and Rusty Ellis will be there as the York Dragonettes and Dragons welcome in Oakland. It's a long trip for Oakland to make up to Jamestown. York made it last year to Oakland. They're returning the favor and going up there. That again live on the main page on UCR 2. Rafferty, Cleary, and Toke on the call as Cookeville host Hendersonville. And on UCR 3, a girls-only matchup as Upperman will welcome in Providence Christian Academy. The Lady Bees against PCA. I will be there for that one with a 6 o'clock tip-off in a girls-only game.
A lot of fun games tomorrow.
Absolutely. Then Saturday,
Yep.
we will have Upperman hosting Siegel. All the Upperman streams presented by Nick's Restaurant. Upperman hosting Siegel. That will be on our main UCR Facebook page. I believe it's 6 o'clock tip-off for that one. That boys game? Ooh.
Fun one.
You want to see some high-flying action?
Fun one. We're gonna
Tune
see
into that one.
We're going to see Linus Martin as well.
How about that? How about that? Some people may miss him.
A
7:55 to go in the third. 8-point game. Upperman possesses, working right to left on your screen. They're wearing pink tonight as it's Coaches Against Cancer night here in Salina. Mullins surveys the floor, now gives off. Good student section here. Students got in free tonight, so they capitalized on that. Mullins back off Hamilton. Hamilton pump fakes, now sends a pass back to Mullins. Mullins now over to Stiles in the corner. Long possession developing here for the Lady Bees. Hamilton off a ball screen, finds Stiles. Stiles going to slice through the lane, throws it up with the right hand. No, rebound down, fought for, and Ashlock wins the fight, and she'll push it ahead the other way in an 8-point game. Ashlock steps inside, throws up the runner, a little awkward, no good. Rebound tipped, and it goes right to Stiles, who ran down the floor.
I think she expected somebody to pick her up. Nobody did, and then she found herself too open.
Mullins. Surveys, now gets over right side to Gracie Butler. Butler looks back towards her head coach, Dana McWilliams. Coach McWilliams runs one of the top programs in this state, and it's really not debatable. Backdoor pass to Delente, who loses handle on it, goes out of play, and I think it went off of one of Ashlock's legs, and that's what they say as well. Possession stays with Upperman.
Yeah, it went between her legs and brushed up against one of her legs and out of bounds, but a good job by Ashlock. She's just kind of sticking down there in the post because she's got that size. She doesn't have to come out along the perimeter too
what
much.
A play. Bella Mullins turns inside after a pass fake and puts it in for two.
And that shows what I know because she came out on the perimeter and got beat back door.
That was sick by Mullins as she faked the little outlet pass to Delente and turned baseline and activated inside. And it's a 10-point lead here for the Lady Bees, tying their largest of the game. Here's Buford, just 2 points for, averaging 18 a game. Buford crossing over. Upperman settling back into a little bit of a man-to-man look defensively. Butler has picked up Ashlock, and Ashlock going to bring it left side. Now that's a travel in every country. Possession goes back the other way.
I don't know if they were going to call it right away, and she was already picking up the ball to give it to the ref.
There was one, I think she was going to go for a little pass, and it wasn't there and started to carry it, then tossed it up to herself, and just unfortunate break there. One note in the boys' game, the return of Cam Bush. Another football player is back. The last one still to come is Clayton Harris. They expect him back on Saturday, potentially, certainly next week in Orlando.
That's a rotation of almost 12 players.
It's ridiculous. Mullins with it outside. Gives off Hamilton. Big crowd tuning in online. We welcome you. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. Continue to comment along with us and share the stream. We're also live on the UCR Facebook page or YouTube channel. Search Upper Cumberland Reporter on YouTube, and you'll see us there, simulcasting both places. Hamilton drives and kicks to Butler. She'll trigger the three. That's no good off the front of the rim. Tripping over several different players. Ashlock able to keep the handle of it and gives off to Buford. Buford into the front court, picked up by Mullins. Crosses over, now spins inside, throws up the shot, and one. Hallie Buford finishes and will go to the line to try to complete the three-point play.
And you could see it. She went right first and then spins around to try to get back to that right shoulder, able to use that, got the shot up and in as well, and was able to get it through some of the contact and draw the foul.
I don't know where this cupcake came from that this young lady has next to us, but I want to find out. Hallie Buford looking to get involved at the line. And she does complete the three-point play. Just like that, she's leading all the Lady Dogs in scoring, and it's back to a 7-point game. Hamilton gives off right side Mullins. Mullins now to Hamilton. Hamilton finds Stiles on the left side. Stiles, couple of dribbles back to Hamilton. Long three in rhythm, no good, a bit too strong. Rebound down. Trying to work through the defense here. Nice behind the back move for Smith as she sends the pass over to Buford. She'll trigger the three. It's on line, but it's no good. Rebound tipped out of play, and it stays with Clay County.
You know, it would be a fun feature.
What's that?
Best concession stand item at each place. And Baxter, they had ice cream cones against Summit.
Yes.
I believe they might have them all season.
They did.
We see some cupcakes out here tonight.
Shot thrown up. That's no good. It'll go out of play, and possession stays with Clay County. Harrell thought it was blocked, or thought it was not blocked, and the official says it was, so they keep the ball. Buford inbounds to Walden. Now she gets out to Smith. Smith from the top of the key. Upperman back in the zone. Fires pass over to right side Ashlock. She triggers the three. No good. Rebound down to Delente. Delente over to Hamilton. Hamilton gives over to Bella Mullins. Mullins to Delente. No hesitation, but it's short. Rebound down. Stiles able to save it in, but it goes off of Clay County and then drops out of bounds. Tough break for the Lady Dogs. Upperman retains possession.
Well, Stiles has done a really good job ever since that first quarter and going after those balls. She knows she's got that size, and she has been really, really good at rebounding the basketball.
Hamilton running out of time, finally gets it into Harrell. Harrell, nice backdoor cut to Hamilton. Hamilton now from the baseline in some trouble. Pivots, swiped away from her. Now there's a scrum for it. On the floor, that's a jump, and the possession arrow belongs to the home team, Clay County. Sarah watching it, cheering on Upperman. We welcome you in. And now we've got a timeout called on the floor, a full timeout, so we'll take it with them. 3:50 to go in the third quarter, an 8-point game in Solana. Coverage of this game on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network is presented by Nick's Restaurant.
The Crossroads Auction Group are the Upper Cumberland's auction experts. As a full-service auction company, they take your stress away every step of the way. Servicing the entire Upper Cumberland, the Crossroads Auction Group gets your property ready from cleanup, setup, picture taking, up to the auction and beyond. They handle all auctions from estates, residential, farms, land, commercial, and everything else. For more information, visit crossroadsauctiongroup.com or call 931-644-7149 today. The Crossroads Auction Group are proud sponsors of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Clay County doing a great job hanging tough with a 3A powerhouse tonight. 3:50 to go in the third quarter, 22-15. You mentioned Jacob in the open. It's a Clay County team that had glasshouse aspirations the last couple of years and fell just short of that. They want to get back there, but it's a different sort of team this year. But they're showing strong grit tonight and the ability to hang tough, and we'll see if they're able to really kind of put some pressure on here in the next couple of possessions.
Well, and they're in that ever-competitive 7 single-A district as well, where Pickett County has already shown that they're really good this year. Clark Range obviously always is going to have a really competitive ball club, so those top 3 dogs are usually really good. Gordonsville, a little bit of a dark horse as well, and Red Bowling Springs has been playing better.
We saw Red Bowling Springs in person briefly there in Lebanon a couple of weeks ago. People thought they were going to fall way back. I'm not sure that's the case.
Nope.
We'll have to wait and see. Smith, Coach Pryor is a really good coach. She is a really good coach. Remember those words. Buford over left wing side. This whole 7 single-A district has some awesome coaches. Trying to solve the zone, Clay County. 3:15 to go now. Ashlock right at the free throw line. Makes it through, and it's a 5-point game.
That's how you solve it. You got to get it in the middle, and you need somebody who can shoot the basketball. Ashlock is that player.
Hamilton with it. Little run here for Clay County. Hamilton has nowhere to go with the basketball. Now finds Mullins. Mullins kind of runways it up. Now drives and throws up the shot, and there's the call. She'll go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2. This one, we go on number 22, Lacey Wicks. That's her second personal. Team's first. The officials, they've done a good job. They're letting them play for the most part here. We haven't had a lot of fouls. As Sadie South is at the line or at the scorer's table, we also have a Lady Bulldog tucked down there. First free throw for Mullins is no good. So South in alongside Halen Garrison. Garrison checking in for Wicks. South in for Stiles, or Hamilton rather. Mullins trying to split the free throws. She does not. No good. 0 for 2. Ashlock with the rebound. Clay County looks to capitalize. Ashlock across the timeline. Hesitates. Now gets to that spot again. Pulls up again and hits it again. Bella Ashlock feeling it. And Clay County is within 3 on their home floor.
Stiles had been out the last 2 possessions. She immediately gets pulled back out to the scores table because that's who's matched up with.
Butler. Off the dribble, going to drive inside, and now that's a travel. Possession goes back the other way. Just 2 points in the quarter here for Upperman. As out of the break, Clay County controlling this frame. Hamilton got to the table late. She'll have to wait. After Stiles did check back into the game. 2:24 to go in the third. Lady Dogs looking to get within 1 or tie on this possession. Ashlock at the top of the key. It's been her show. Now Buford. Buford with a crossover. Drives, loses, now gets it back. Buford pivots inside, throws it up. Good. Hallie Buford with the left hand. Here come the Lady Dogs. It's a 1-point game. Mullins over to Stiles. Upperman needs a bucket. Clay County feeling it. Butler. Surveys now left side Mullins. Mullins gives off to Stiles out of the corner. Delente off a couple of ball screens, pops free. Now picks up, finds South. South picks up, now right side to the top of the key it goes. Butler. Butler drives and kicks out to South. She's open, triggers the 3. Good. Sadie South with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. Upperman needed that one in the worst way. Clay County, though, looking to push it into the front court. Smith. She's forced to retreat by Delente. Now back to Buford. low-scoring defensive battle here in this game. Buford swiped away by Mullins for the steal. Mullins able to get it to Delente. Delente going coast to coast, steps through, throws up the shot, no. Rebound down to Clay County. Here comes Smith into the front court. She's looking to go coast to coast. Spins it back out now. 3-ball up and good. Halen Garrison with her second triple of the game, and it's back to a 1-point deficit for Clay County. Now Mullins holds. Upperman in a dogfight, really, for the first time. 5-0 entering today. Clay County ready for the Lady Bees tonight. 30 seconds to go.
How about the 1A teams that Upperman has played this year? Summertown, Moore County, now Clay County as well.
Yeah, some real teams, no doubt about it. Butler with 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Upperman trying to hold, so worst case for them, they have a lead into the final frame. They hope it's a 4-point lead. Mullins picks up, gives to Delente. Delente battled by Buford, able to get it to Mullins. She drives and fires it over to Butler, who puts it up. No good, it was blocked. Long rebound, though, to Stiles. Stiles running out of time, finds South at the buzzer. Good! Sadie South beats the horn with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. Her second of the quarter, and we've got a great finish on tap. Ladies and gentlemen, get your popcorn ready. After 3, it's Upperman 28, Clay County 24. Coverage of this game is presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Operation Rudolph, is it go?
Go.
I see Rudolph! Light the runway! Santa's never gonna find us.
Oh, yes, he will.
The Crouch team with Highlands Lake Real Estate proudly presents this gorgeous 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom brick home in Cookeville. With 6,000 square feet, 2 levels, and a finished basement, 2 fireplaces, and much more, this could be your forever home. Call 931-979-1191 for more information and to schedule a showing today, or visit chadandamycrouch.com. The Crouch team with Highlands Lake Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Great finish on tap for you here in the first half of our doubleheader. Clay County trying to get a signature victory, but they'll have to do it in come-from-behind fashion. They've already raced a 10-point deficit, and now entering the fourth quarter, they trail Upperman 28-24, Upperman basketball. The freshman Sadie South hit a second-chance 3 to end the third quarter. I'm Noah McKay, joined by Jacob Vinson. Happy to be with you tonight. Sadie South, remember the name. She's going to hit a bunch of threes for Upperman in her career, and she's already on a hot start.
And she's been huge in this game. The 2 that she's hit, they've needed.
Stiles gives off to Bella Mullins. Mullins back out Gracie Butler. Butler starts to drive south on the bench right now. We'll see how long that lasts. Mullins with it. On a night where they cannot manufacture offense, she's been the one consistency. Now Mullins, left side. Now finds Butler. Thought about the long 3, instead puts the dribble down. She drives inside, up and under, no, and there's the call. She'll go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2. It has not been a quick whistle tonight, but that one they got, and we'll see who it's called against for a hit on the arm.
Should be Ashlock.
It is. It's on Bella Ashlock.
And it was a really good job by Gracie Butler, because I don't think it would have been a foul, but since she went underneath the basket, kind of hung in the air for just a second longer, she was able to create that contact and get the call.
Another missed free throw. Upperman 0 for 3 at the line here in the second half.
Struggled.
Next one, no good. Make it 0 for 4. Long rebound, though. Hamilton runs it, goes out of play, and it'll stay with Upperman. The student section are letting him have it over there. He can take it.
Oh, Mr. Rollins.
South back into the game.
He's heard way worse, I can promise.
For sure. He wasn't even paying attention to that part.
No, he's got him completely tuned out.
I don't know. He may fire back something at him, though. Delente gets it into Mullins. 7:25 to go in the game. We got some good officials in this game. Experienced. Mullins gives off to Butler. Butler drives and kicks. Delente is wide open. No good. Rebound down. And it goes to Clay County, a break for the Lady Dogs. You do not want to leave 12 open like that. Driving coast to coast here, stepping through, up and under, no. Too far underneath the basket that time for Garrison. Rebound to Upperman. Here comes Mullins. Mullins drives baseline, now spins, bounces it in, looking for Butler, tipped around. Big collision, now somehow it finds Delente. Chaotic sequence. 6:44 to go in the ball game. It's a 4-point game. Butler floats back out. Now Butler waits. Coach McWilliams gives a new play. Goose is here tonight. He's getting some content from this game.
Good content.
Absolutely.
It's always good from Goose.
Mullins puts the ball on her left hip and waits for the new call. Continue to like the stream, share the stream, comment on the stream, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our channel, and there's a foul. It's trying to body up. Butler was Wicks. That's her third personal, second team foul here against the Lady Dogs.
That'll be interesting as we get closer to that fifth foul, especially with the Upperman Bees shooting woes right now from the free throw line. How much will that play a factor? You don't have the 1-and-1, but if you're not able to knock down the free throws, Clay County's going to be able to get back into it. The other part to that, Clay County's the first team that has gone down by 10 points and have been able to get back into a game against the Bees so far this season.
Butler driving and kicking over to Delente. Delente back out Mullins. Mullins works it around left side to South. South one dribble, now finds Butler. Butler guarded by Wicks. Behind the back move, now left side Mullins. Mullins over to South, pops off a ball screen, triggers the three, good again. Welcome to the show, Sadie South with another Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. Here's Clay County on the other end, nice turnaround shot inside, no. Rebounded by Stiles, 7-point game. Stiles pushing the tempo into the front court. South with 12 points tonight, all from behind the arc. She's in the discussion certainly for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. That's coming up post-game. We hope you'll stick around for that. And you should, because we got a great boys game coming on after. Butler picks up dribble, finds South again, back to Butler. They're trying to get Sadie South the basketball free behind the arc. There she is again. Now she fires it away to Mullins. As soon as she doesn't have a look, she's firing it back to somebody else. Coach McWilliams talked about that during one of our halftime interviews. She knows what her strength is. She knows where she's developing. She's not trying to do too much. Over to Mullins. Bella Mullins for three. That's wide right. No good. And South saved it into the Lente. Sadie South with the play. Now Mullins has it. Now Mullins drives inside. Throws up the shot. No. Rebound down. And we've got a scrum and a jump. Possession arrow belongs to Clay County. Sadie South can play.
Yes, she can. A really good save. And a really good job by Bella Stiles as well, getting in there and tying up the basketball. Timeout going to be taken by Clay County here.
We've got a full timeout, so we will take it with them. 4:50 to go in the ball game. Upperman leads by 7. You're watching high school basketball presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
My name is Lamont, and I'm a delivery expert at Domino's. There's so many reasons to love driving for Domino's. The flexible hours, the training, the people, and of course the pizza. The best part of my job is really bringing a smile to a customer's face. I'm active duty military, and I deliver pizzas part-time for some extra money. Domino's has amazing career opportunities. My franchisee started as a driver and worked his way up to becoming an owner. At Domino's, I have the same opportunity. My name is Lamont, and I am Domino's.
Welcome back. We got a good one tonight in Salina. It's the first of two boys game to follow, but here in the girls game, 4:50 to go. It's a 7-point Upperman lead over Clay County, and it is the emergence of Sadie South, the freshman sharpshooter. She's hit 3 threes in this second half. And Jacob, Bella Mullins has a 2. Other than that, it's only Sadie South who has scored in this half for the Upperman Lady Bees. They lead by 7 on the strength of their defense, but Clay County's still certainly in the game. They're going to need to get something working on the offensive end.
Yeah, and I was just saying how big of a player she has been, and you mentioned how she had kind of welcomed to the party. She has been kind of a breakout game for her. They've needed her three-point shots from outside. The offense has struggled a little bit tonight, but she has kept them right in it and obviously kept them in the lead by a couple possessions.
Working it right side now, firing the pass. Trying to find room to operate is Buford. Maybe got away with a travel, no call. Buford drives free throw line, working on Mullins, loses handle on it, and that one is a travel. Possession goes back. It's a double dribble, whatever you want to call it. Possession back to Upperman with 4.5 to go in the game.
A turnover.
Yeah, that's,
you can call it that.
There is a word for it. Professional announcer, right there. Mullins brings it up. Clay County shows a double team. Mullins accelerates around it. Now bounces it to South in the corner. South picks up her dribble, back out to Mullins. 4:17 and counting to go. Yeah, there's a little hand check call there that's going to go on Halen Garrison. That's her first.
No, and Upperman's kind of dropped back into that very methodical offense. They're going to have to start pressuring the basketball, try to create some turnovers. One thing that Clay County's done a really good job of against the Upperman defense, they're taking care of the basketball, and they're knocking down the opportunities when they can.
Mullins fires a tip pass. Delente wins the race for it. Delente looking for Butler, but it's tipped up by Bella Ashlock. Ashlock's size been a big deal in this entire game. Now Buford throws it up, and there's the call. It's going to go on Gracie Butler. And a trip to the line here for Hallie Buford to shoot 2 with 3:59 to go in the game.
I mentioned how she's been a double-figure scorer in every single game. She has led this team in scoring. She's got a knack for scoring the basketball. A lot of them can be at this line. She can shoot it from outside. She's gotten a lot of her damage done inside, though, tonight.
First free throw is up, and it is good. Clay County has shot free throws better tonight.
It's kept them in it.
It certainly has. Buford up to 8 points. Delente coming out for Upperman. Looks like Garrison out for Clay County. Next one on the way for Buford is good. 2 for 2. There is no announcer jinx. There you go. Mullins working it ahead. We got a timeout called by Dana McWilliams. Wants to talk about the pressure that they're facing. 30 seconds. We'll stay through it. 3:57 to go in the ball game. Upperman leads 31-26.
Clay County's played a really good ball game, and that's what they're going to have to try to do to get back into this, is try to attack the basket, try to get the clock stopped, and get some more fouls on the Bees. They've only got one team foul right now with 3:57 to play in the ball game. Obviously, that can get up there in a hurry. But again, you've mentioned it. These are three experienced officials. And so they're knowing what to look for and doing a good job.
Yeah, look at the state of affairs here. 3:57 to go in the ball game. Upperman leads 31-26. Possession arrow belongs to the Bees. Upperman being called for 1 team foul, 3 team fouls against Clay County. When you get to 5, it's 2 free throws every foul thereafter, including on that 5th one. Out of the timeout, Upperman possession, and it'll be Bella Mullins bringing it across the timeline. The boys are ready. The Bees and the Bulldogs both out of their locker rooms watching. Now a miscommunication. Can it be saved in? It can. Hamilton saves it. Now able to get it back across to Butler. Butler thought about the drive, instead hesitates a bit. Now working on Ashlock, kicks over to South. South off a ball screen finds Stiles. Stiles between the legs, now flips back over Hamilton. Hamilton back to Stiles. 3:20 to go in the game. 5-point lead for the Lady Bees. Lady Bulldogs trying to wait them out. Mullins nearly had it stolen by Buford. Now the defense collapsed. Stiles comes out to get that pass. Mullins again. Buford there defensively. Mullins puts the dribble down, now finds Butler. Butler looking back door. It's swatted out of play by Wicks.
And Clay County is a team that hangs their hat on defense as well. They play some really good defense. They've only allowed about 42 points per game. Upperman just looks so much better at 28 points per game, but Clay County is a good defensive team, and they've shown that tonight.
Mullins. Trap gets it to Hamilton now. A nice pass to South. South gets over to Butler. Butler finds Hamilton. Double team. Hamilton bounces to Butler. She bobbles it, now able to possess. South in the corner. South. Nice pass across to Hamilton. Now finds Mullins. Mullins. Floats back now Hamilton. Hamilton. Air pass. Finds Butler. Butler, she's in trouble in the corner. Running out of time. Pivots. And now a foul is called for a hold. And Wicks took a shot up high. And I mentioned it on Tuesday after a play like that happened. It really stings. And you get called for a foul and get hit up high. But they got the hold before that collision.
Saved a timeout from Coach McWilliams as well. She was going to get that timeout right before the foul was called. They called the foul. It saves the timeout, and it just wasn't allowing her any room to operate.
4th personal on Wicks, 4th team foul against the Lady Dogs. Bounce pass over Hamilton. Slices in the lane. Hamilton, nice feed across, and there's a foul. As Stiles pushed from behind. Trip to the line to shoot 2 at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line with 2:25 to go.
Yeah, Lacey Wicks getting in there from behind. She got her money's worth on that foul. And going to make the Bees earn it at the line, something they have been unable to do here in the second half.
And, you know, if you're going to foul on a shot,
you
better make sure they are going to make it. First free throw for Stiles, no good. 0 for 5 in the second half at the line is Upperman. They're not going to practice because they got a game tomorrow, but whenever they do, they're going to shoot some free throws.
They still might practice.
Second free throw is good for Styles. First make at the line in the half for Upperman. First player not named Bella Mullins or Sadie South to score, and we've got a full timeout on the floor. 2:25 to go in the ball game. Phenomenal finish on tap, a 6-point game. You're watching high school basketball presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy, UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do.
2:25 to go in the ball game. Upperman leads Clay County 32-26. It'll be Lady Bulldogs basketball. It's a good game here tonight. First of two. Boys game will follow. We got 3 games for you tomorrow. Another one on Saturday. We'll have games next week. I won't be there. I'll be at the ones in Orlando.
Haven't looked at it yet, I'll be honest with you.
Well,
I know we got a lot of them.
Have fun. Along those lines, a few fun announcements coming. We'll have some new streams, sort of. I can tell one, Livingston Academy, picking them back up starting on Monday. They've been all across the world so far, but coming back close to home.
Finally playing at home.
We'll see them on Monday night. At the time at Upperman shows press. Pass ahead. Nice job to break it. It goes to Walden. Walden drives baseline, throws it up with the right hand. No, not sure if that's the look they wanted. Gracie Butler turns and burns into the front court. Looking for the dagger. Butler coast to coast. It's blocked in the foul. Butler to the signing round with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2. I think it was clean at the top, but then the swipe through got the arm and up high on Butler.
But again, Gracie Butler, she's been struggling shooting from the free throw line, as have the rest of the Bees here in the second half. These are big free throws. You're only leading by 6 points. It always feels like it's a lot more when it's the Lady Bees, but late in these ball games, it's going to be big.
1 for 7 at the line in this second half is Upperman. And a little chuckle from Coach McWilliams. You just got to laugh at a certain point. The second one does fall, and that makes it a 3-possession game for Gracie Butler. Again, back into the full court pressure. Walden trying to work on Mullins. Crosses over. Walden has it poked, and a foul is called. Just the second team foul against Upperman. That goes on Mullins. It's her second personal.
And that'll be the main thing for the Bees is they have those 2 fouls to play with now with less than 2 minutes to play in the game.
Inbounds play here for Clay County. Right wing pass, now they bounce it back from the top of the key. Trying to find somewhere to go with it is Garrison. Garrison gives off to Buford. 146. Clay County's got to go. Down 7. A 3 scores. Buford, right side Ashlock. Ashlock now sends it over. Crossing over Smith. Smith back to Buford. Buford drives free throw line, loses handle. She gets it back, steps through. A foul is called. And it'll be 2 shots coming for Hallie Buford at the line with 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Well, Clay County's doing what they need to do, getting to the free throw line, getting the clock stopped, and trying to get some points on the board. And Clay County's been able to convert a good amount of their free throws in this game.
Buford 2 for 2 so far in this fourth quarter. 3 for 3 in the half. Back for another one here. First one gets the friendly roll. 6-point game. Been a good one tonight. These are 2 good basketball teams going at it. Next free throw up is good. 2 for 2 for Hallie Buford. And with 1:27 to go, bringing it up Mullins. Mullins gives off to Hamilton. Hamilton now Delente. Delente back off Mullins. Left side Styles. Styles. Now that pass goes out of play. It'll stop the clock with 1:06 to go. Getting the clock on the screen for you. A turnover there. Break for the Lady Bulldogs as They're trying to get back into it, trailing by just 5 now. Now bringing it up is Smith. Big possession here in this game. Buford working off a ball screen, left side. Buford, one-on-one, drives inside. We got a foul on the floor. That's the 4th team foul against Upperman. I think it's going to go on Mullins. That'll be her 3rd. The last one they had to give, and checking in here is Kendall Matthews for Clay County. Inbound coming from the sideline. Inbounds pass finds the target Walden. Now back over left side Buford. Buford picked up by Butler, who now retreats. Zone look again here for the Lady Bees. 44 seconds, 5-point game. Into the corner. Driving baseline. Pass across into the corner now. Working back around Ashlock. She kicks, and now a timeout called by Matt Walker with 35.4 on the clock. 33-28 our score. This is a huge possession here. 30-second timeout. Clay County knows they need a bucket in the worst way, but the way Upperman shot free throws, the gap may not be, or the door may not close even if they don't get points here.
Well, and that's why he takes the timeout, because they were trying to get it inside. They're not finding any avenues. They've hit a couple of shots outside, but not too many of them. And so they're trying to draw up a play, try to get a quick basket, and then they're going to have to probably get a quick foul if they can't get a steal. Obviously, you want to start out playing defense, then go for the foul afterwards. It'll send the Bees to the line. And like you said, with the way that the Bees have shot free throws here in the second half, if you get a basket, you feel okay about it.
Yeah, if you're Upperman here, you're sitting thinking, man, this should be 40-28 right now. It should be pretty comfortable, but it's not because of those free throw woes that we mentioned. The offense has not been firing on all cylinders outside of Sadie South. That's left the door open to a very competitive Clay County basketball team here tonight. Out of the timeout, inbounds pass finds Smith. Natalie Smith with it. She gives off to Hallie Buford. Buford from a mile away, no good. Rebound down to Stiles. Stiles over to Butler. Butler, full court pass that was tipped. Now Gracie Hamilton has it. Hamilton trapped in the corner, and there's the foul. She'll go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line with 17.4 on the clock, where she will shoot 2. Or did they grant the timeout first? They granted the timeout first before the timeout. So my apologies. One ref signaled for a foul. The other ref signaled for the timeout, and I missed that part. Apologies for that. With 17.4 seconds to go, 40-foot three-point attempt. Not sure if that's what Coach Walker had drawn up out of that timeout. Doesn't fall, and now Clay County going to hope Upperman misses some free throws. If you're the Lady Bees, you're where you want to be, going to the line with a chance to probably ice this game away.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit, she didn't know where the play was going at that point. She said, you know what, I know we need points. I'm open. I'm going to try to take a chance. If it goes in, looks really good because you're within 2 points. It didn't go in. Now you have to, they got the stoppage. Now you have to get them on the line to try to stop the clock again.
Or a turnover.
Or a turnover,
last possession ended
yeah.
in a turnover as well for the Lady Bees as a pass went
but
out of bounds.
If you go for a steal, if you don't get it, you have to foul immediately, especially with 17 seconds to play.
Be interesting to see who gets the ball here for Upperman, whether it's a Gracie Butler or a Taylor Delente. Really, all of the 5 on the floor are statistically good free throw shooters. Statistics don't matter, though, when you're in Salina on a Thursday night and the game's gone the way it has. Hamilton's going to inbound from the sideline. Again, it was not a foul call. There was a timeout before that foul call. Hamilton to inbound. Trying to deny the basketball. There's the inbound as Stiles is going to go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2. 16.9 on the clock.
And that works out for the Bulldogs. Only 0.5 came off the clock for them, so now you're just hoping for some misses.
Don't forget the clock on your screen is not official. We're keeping it up here.
It's at 16.9. I can't put a 0.9, unfortunately, on the...
First free throw for Stiles is good. That's a big one for Upperman. This next one even more critical as it could make it a 7-point game. Next one, no good. 2 threes away for Clay County. Into the front court goes Ashlock. She gives off to Buford. Buford knows she needs a 3. Puts it up, no good. Offensive rebound to Ashlock. The putback, no. Third chance on its way. A foul is called with 4 seconds to go. but it's going to be too little, too late, more likely than not, as Bella Ashlock goes to the line to shoot 2, 4.7 to be exact on the clock.
Yeah, and Coach McWilliams just saying, hey, let her get it, especially with that much time left on the clock. Hey, you can just run it out. Even if the basket is good, you don't even have to inbound the basketball with less than 5 seconds on the clock.
First free throw for Ashlock is no good. Great defensive effort tonight for Clay County.
Yeah.
But Upperman's defense right on track with where they were. They're averaging 28 points per game allowed, and right now Clay County is at 29 as the second one falls. Coach Walker will call what I believe is his last timeout. It's a full timeout, but with 4 seconds to go in a 5-point game, you're going to need a minor league miracle right now if you're Clay County.
Well, you get a foul. If you get it within that 1 second, you get a miss, and then you got to go pretty quickly. But, yeah, you're going to need a lot to happen.
You don't have time. Even in that scenario, you don't have enough time.
Essentially, you're going for a steal. You have to get a steal with this much time left on the clock. You have to get a steal. But even then, even if you get a make, the clock isn't going to stop, especially if you don't have any timeouts left.
The discussion about a shot clock in the comment section for number one. They kind of entertained it in the offseason. It is not happening. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. And here's the scenario I always present to people. For all the arguments about how there's so much home cooking, what happens now when you're relying on a clock operator who's doing their best that has to keep track of the clock and the shot clock and all those things at once? It's going to invite more chaos than I think people realize. There are certainly arguments for and against, but you got to keep that in mind when you have that discussion.
And even if you are the sole shot clock operator, that's still a tough job, and especially when you're not used to it.
4.7 seconds to go. Inbounding from the baseline here for the Lady Bees. Hamilton gets it in. It's tipped around, and there's the foul with 3 seconds to go. It's a trip to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2 for Bella Stiles, and this one's all over but the buzzer with 3.4. Not enough time or enough shots for the Lady Bulldogs, who were very prepared for this contest tonight, but are going to come up just short against a really good high school basketball team.
That's the closest anybody has played them. Summit was the last team that played them, and it was a 13-point game, but it never felt like a 13-point game. This one has felt close for at times, and a tip of the cap to Clay County as well, because they were down 10 points early on in this game. They stayed with it. They were able to get back into it a big third quarter and gave themselves a chance here late.
Another missed free throw for Upperman. The second one does not fall. 0 for 2. It's tipped out of play. It'll go to Clay County with 2.6 seconds on the clock. That's one thing I think if you're an Upperman fan, you go, man, if we make our free throws, it's a 15-point game.
Yes.
And you're not incorrect about that. Inbounds goes here. Shot up at the buzzer will not go, and that brings us to the end of the contest. Final score, Upperman 34, Clay County 29. The Lady Bees improved to 6-0 on the young season. Clay County falls to 4-4. We welcome you to the Swallows Insurance post-game show. We'll tally up the scoring here and bring it to you before setting the stage for the boys' contest. Again, just one half of a doubleheader. There's a lot of different names with scoring in this game. Let's go first for the Clay County Lady Bulldogs. Hallie Buford did get into double digits at the end with 11 points, 9 for Bella Ashlock, 6 for Halen Garrison, 2 for Natalie Smith, and 1 for Baylor Walden for a team total of 29. For the victorious Upperman Lady Bees tonight, it was Sadie South with 12 points leading the way. Gracie Butler with 7. 4 points for Bella Stiles, 3 for Taylor Delente, then 2 for Cora Bass, Bella Mullins, Gracie Hamilton, and Ella Harrell for a team total of 34. It's time for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Jacob Vincent, who's it going to tonight?
We're going to go Sadie South. Kept the Upperman Bees ahead in this ball game. Every time Clay County was able to make a little bit of a run, get back into it, South was able to knock down a big 3. She had 4 of them tonight. You mentioned it a little bit, maybe a breakout game for Sadie South. We knew she could shoot the basketball. She's hit a couple of them throughout the season. This one, her biggest game so far, and much needed for the victory for the Bees.
Yeah, on a night where Upperman could not get it rolling offensively, Sadie South provided the jolt that they needed. She was the difference in the second half. She is the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. The boys' game coming up next. We'll have a brief about 10-minute intermission. You'll see that intermission graphic put up on the screen. Then when we come back, we'll set the stage for it. Final score, Upperman 34, Clay County 29. You're watching high school basketball presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
No audio gone through.
Welcome back, and it's time for our Crouch Team with Highlands Lake Real Estate pregame show, the second half of our doubleheader. It's the boys' game as Upperman takes on Clay County. The Bulldogs under head coach Rob Edwards entered tonight's game with a 4-2 overall record, looking to bounce back after a 70-60 loss in which they had a rough second half against the York Dragons. The Bulldogs are scoring just under 60 points per game offensively and allowing just over 53. For the Upperman Bees under head coach Bobby McWilliams, they are 4-1 on the season, coming off a dominant 72-48 victory over Oakland, offensively scoring 52 points per game, out defensively allowing 49. But for Upperman, Jacob Benson, the story is that they are 4-1, and now the cavalry has arrived, nearly full strength. Still no Clayton Harris tonight, but Cam Bush back in. We saw Branson Turnbow and Bronston Chaffin alongside Colton Johnson, the freshman, on Tuesday night. It's an Upperman team, make no mistake about it. They've got gold ball aspirations this year, and they looked the part on Tuesday with most of their team back in.
You mean there's another freshman that's pretty good for this basketball
Another
team?
one. There's a couple of them.
It's pretty insane, the talent, and it's the depth of talent that they have. Braden Roberts has a career high on Tuesday. Jack Torrance has a career high on Tuesday. Ty Cobb has another, go figure, really good basketball game. And, again, those football guys, they came back in. They're not playing at full strength. They're not going to be playing at full strength for 2, maybe 3 weeks. It may even take them a month or so. They're still not going to be starting in this game yet just because, it's going to take them a little bit. So they're going to stick with that starting lineup that they have had all season long. And those guys, listen, they've been playing good basketball. They're 4-1. Their only loss is to a Brentwood team that had a 6'8" kid that they really couldn't match up against.
And this, by the way, is Upperman's first game against a team that's not a 4A team.
Yeah. It's a first true road game as well.
First true road game. Clay County knows they got to come correct. The good news for Clay County, they're used to that.
Yeah.
We said earlier with both the girls' teams, they said you want some, come get some. Going to York, a very good 2A York Dragons squad on Tuesday, now welcoming in a very good 3A team. Rob Edwards is going to have his team ready to play, but they know they've got a challenge. And let's not gloss over what we talked about. Ty Cobb has been sensational this year in every asset of the basketball game.
Yeah, I mean, we had a couple back-to-back game winners. 39 points is his career high now, which is insane as a freshman. He has scored 20 points or more 3 different times already this season. But again, this is a Clay County team that they're used to winning basketball games. Coach Edwards is a really good coach. Nate Adams is a really good player. He's their leading scorer with 17.5 points per game. So Clay County is no slouch. This is always a really good basketball team, and this is going to be a really good test for this Upperman team.
We'll give you the starting lineups here momentarily. I'm Noah McKay, joined by Jacob Benson. We are live now on the UCR Facebook page and the UCR YouTube channel. Just search Upper Cumberland Reporter on YouTube, and it will pop up on your screen live. If you're watching on YouTube, we ask that you please subscribe to the YouTube channel. That helps us out a whole bunch. Hit like on the stream, whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube. Starting lineup for the Upperman Bees on the road: Ty Cobb, Branson Turnbow, Jack Torrance, Evan Huddleston, and Isaiah Helms. For the homestanding Clay County Bulldogs, who are having their mosh pit there in the lane, it's Weston Birdwell, Andrew Smith, Wyatt Browning, Lance Burchett, and Nate Adams. Upperman in the road: black jerseys, black shorts, white numbers and letters on the front and the back, outlined in gold trim. Clay County in the home: white jerseys, white shorts, black numbers and letters, outlined in gold trim. Happy you're spending part of your Thursday night here with us in Salina. The Lady Bees got the victory earlier on, 34-29, in an exciting defensive battle. This one, I anticipate some more scoring happening. We've got a good ref crew, as we mentioned earlier, a very experienced ref crew on hand. A little bit of excitement here to see how these two teams stack out against each other. A measuring stick game, a challenge for Clay County Upperman trying to take care of business. And here we go one more time in Salina. Roberts wins the tip back. First time not Ty Cobb taking the tip this year. And Cobb will bring it into the front court. Cobb gives off to Isaiah Helms. We expect Bronston Chaffin to go to the scorer's table in a hurry. He played a bunch of minutes on Tuesday, continuing to ramp him up as Roberts off the dribble for 3, and he is fouled. Not allowed room to land there, Weston Birdwell gets tagged for the personal. It'll be a trip to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 3 for Braden Roberts.
No, and Roberts is a guy that he's got a true jump shot, so he's going to jump up in the air. You have to give him room to leave. Again, you can't kick the leg out. He doesn't do that. His leg automatically just goes out on his jump, and so now he's going to try to convert at the line and does it on the first.
He has been very, very good this year for Upperman as Braden Roberts. And I misspoke in the starting lineup. It's Ty Cobb, Jack Torrance, Evan Huddleston, Braden Roberts, and Isaiah Helms. And his development was something that Coach McWilliams talked a lot about in the offseason, how his consistency has grown so much. We saw flashes of it last year as he goes 2 for 3, but every game so far this year, he's been the same player. That's something they've needed. Here comes Clay County looking to run and gun. Nate Adams skies up for 2, no rebound. Tip, though, extends the possession. Extra chance. Nice shot fake now, a mid-range pull-up. That won't fall. Rebound tipped again. And now they'll reset. That's something that could prompt Bronston Chaff into the scorer's table. Weston Birdwell has it. He gets off left side now into the low block, trying to use their size. Nice kick-out pass into the corner. Driving, and then there's a reach from behind. That'll go on Roberts. First personal, first team foul against the Bees.
Clay County, they've always had really good basketball players. It seems like they've always had a really good post as well, especially at the 1A level. This time it's Wyatt Browning. They had Keaton Arms last year. They always seem to have really good size. These boys up here in Salina, they just grow them a little bit differently.
Inbounds floated in, looking for the alley-oop. Good and one. Little push in the back. And Weston Birdwell puts it in, and he will go to the line to try to complete a three-point play.
Yeah, and their loss back on Tuesday, Lance Burchett, he had a career-high 24 points, so he's been feeling pretty good. Of course, Nate Adams has been playing really well so far this season. So this is a Clay County team that they can score. They give up, though, 28 points in the third quarter to that York team, so that'll be something to watch out for.
Yeah, Clay County looking for a four-quarter effort tonight after that, as they had that lead in Jamestown, and a huge quarter for York. After the free throw is made, they lead 3-2 ahead to Jack Torrance. Torrance in the lane now, back out to Cobb. Ty Cobb activates baseline. Cobb skies up, blocked by the rim. No good. Possession goes back to Clay County.
Yeah, he got a little too close. I think he was too far underneath and didn't realize where he was.
I think he was probably going for a dunk. Now corner 3 on the way. Good. Splashed home. Lance Burchett. He can shoot it. He splashes it home, and it's a 4-point Clay County lead. Roberts against the press, turns it up, now fires it ahead to Torrance. Torrance in the half court for Upperman. Loses handle back to Roberts, in rhythm, 4-3, that's no good. It's the shot they want, however, and now here comes Clay County looking to stretch an early advantage. In the front court now, Burchett, he traveled with it. We saw several of those calls, and it didn't take long. A minute and 36 seconds in, here comes Bronston Chaffin and Branson Turnbow. Chaffin especially, but Turnbow as well, two players who we would anticipate could enter the starting lineup here soon as they get ramped up into basketball shape.
Yeah, it's just such a big difference between football shape and basketball shape. Football, you're running hard for a few seconds at a time. Basketball, you're running for minutes at a time.
Tic-tac-toe passing. Cobb, Chaffin to Roberts, who puts it in for 2.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Chaffin was the freshman of the year last year in 7 AAA. Such a difference maker out there on the court. And also brings a little bit of a rim-raising presence.
Burchett with it. He gives off left side to Smith. Andrew Smith off the dribble. Now right side Burchett. Burchett's already hit 1-3. Mid-range turnaround jumper. No. Cobb skies up for the rebound. And Ty Cobb pushes it ahead to Chaffin. Bronston Chaffin follows the runway and puts it in for 2.
You can see the wind up there. He thought about the poster for a second.
Yeah.
He said, I'll take the for sure 2 points.
Yeah, he thought about the tomahawk jam, but he'll save that one. Ahead it goes to Burchett. Tied up at 6, and now a timeout called by Rob Edwards. 30-second timeout. So interesting because Coach Edwards does it from, he's sitting down. He doesn't look upset at all.
Looks like he's getting a warning or something.
Calmly calls the timeout. 30-second timeout. He wants to talk about some things. What Clay County knows they can't afford to happen is Upperman to start running up and down this floor with Ty Cobb and the weapons that they have.
And I think that's the big thing is they got to start taking care of the basketball, a little bit better care of the basketball, and then they have to get back in that defensive transition. You have to get in front of those guys that are trying to get out and run. We've seen Ty Cobb get out and run. We've seen Chaffin get out and run. And it's a Bees team that passes the ball really well, especially with these starting guys. They've been playing together for the first month of the season, and it has only been those starting guys. That chemistry is really good with them. Chaffin slides into that role really well, so they're trying to stall that for a moment and make sure their offense runs well on the other side.
Now bringing it up into the front court here, Clay County. They swing it over left side. Nate Adams off the dribble, multi-sport athlete, had an unbelievable football season. Drives in the lane, throws up the shot, and gets the finish. Nate Adams with a nice touch.
Well, he's the leading scorer for a reason. He can do it at all three levels, can shoot the basketball, and can get it inside.
Give and go to Turnbow as they break the press. Jack Torrance, he'll trigger the three. It's online, but in and out, no good. Chaffin with the rebound, and he puts it back in for two.
Again, this is going to be a game. Wyatt Browning is down there. Chaffin's got a little bit more size. He's a little bit more athletic. He's going to be able to have a big game if he wants to.
4:50 to go now. A little tic-tac-toe passing for Clay County. Browning trying to move Chaffin and Turnbow. He's forced back out. Nice outlet pass as they reset over to Adams. He'll trigger the three. That's no good. Rebound tipped around, out of play, and it stays with Clay County. 4:38 to go in the first quarter. Still early on in this boys' game.
We've seen it from Clay County on both sides. Really good fight from the girls' team. Again, got down 10 points early on in that game, stayed in it. The boys have looked pretty good early on as well.
This is a tough place to play, as you mentioned. Browning just using his size, muscles defenders out of the way, goes out of play, awarded to the Bulldogs once again.
And for this Upperman team, they're not blowing anybody out with the exception of Tuesday. They've had 4 really close games with the exception of Tuesday. You look at the averages, they've had 2 game winners before that.
Adams has it. Adams drives around. Torrance now pulls up in the mid-range. Good. Nate Adams doing Nate Adams things. Leads the team in scoring. He's got 4 points so far. Branson Turnbow gives off to Ty Cobb. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Pass ahead to Torrance. Looking back door, and it's intercepted by guess who? Nate Adams. Now Adams gets a foul committed against him, and this will be the third team foul, rather. It goes on Jack Torrance, and that is his second, and that sends Evan Huddleston to the scorer's table for him. And Nate Adams making his presence felt. He was a pick-6 artist on the football field. He just intercepted that pass in a similar fashion.
And somehow wasn't a Mr. Football.
Yeah, come on. That's a joke of an award at this point. They lost all credibility. Just straight up.
We know that.
That one's stolen away by Ty Cobb. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Cobb to Huddleston. Huddleston puts it up and in for 2.
And that's what this Clay County team can't do. Turn the basketball over.
Speaking of, another pass swatted away by Ty Cobb. Coach Edwards just calmly catches it himself. Past the midway point of the opening quarter, we're tied up at 10. Nolan Adams is into the game. Into the corner it goes. Open 3 on the way. No good, but an offensive rebound. Second chance. Pass over to Browning. He throws it up with the right hand. No. Rebound tipped out of play, and it's going to Upperman as bodies are crashing into the deck. Wyatt Browning is a wrecking ball inside. He's making people pay for bringing it in there.
Goose is in danger down there. See him down there in his blue polo.
Yeah, he's just calmly sitting down there, trying to keep a brave face on. Huddleston over to Turnbow. Turnbow, full court pass ahead to Roberts. Roberts throws it up, looking for Chaffin, who's on the other end of it somehow. Chaffin one-on-one with Browning. He puts it up. No good, couldn't get the roll. Browning with the rebound. So Chaffin didn't score a bunch on Tuesday. We know he's capable of it. He's already more involved here with 4. That's a look they like, just didn't get the roll. Now on the other end, stepping back. It's Nolan Adams. He gives off right side. Picking up dribble is Burchett. Burchett in some trouble. Huddleston there defensively. Gets it off to Nate Adams. Adams cycles around, drives into Chaffin. And we've got an offensive foul. Bromston Chaffin takes the charge as Adams went in one-on-one. Little QB on QB violence there. And now it will be the return of Cam Bush, another player who could be a starter in near time. He checks in for the first time this season. In for Braden Roberts. 2:58 to go in the first. Bromston Chaffin's taken 2 charges in the last 2 games.
Yeah, and Adams a little bit out of control. You saw he lost the basketball. It was a good call from Mr. Rollins up top and came in and called that offensive foul.
Turnbow goes ahead to Chaffin. Now Huddleston. Huddleston backdoor to Ty Cobb, and that is efficient offense out of Upperman. Cobb for 2, his first basket. Now on the other end, there's Nate Adams. He skies up in the mid-range and puts it in for 2.
It's funny talking to some people before the game saying he's not a true basketball player, he's just an athlete. He makes plays, and he has done that already in this game.
Turnbow flips it over to Huddleston, nearly a double dribble. That's what Clay County's fans want. They don't get it. Turnbow gives off to Bush. Bush drives inside. He nearly traveled. It's stolen away by guess who? Nate Adams. 12-12, and Adams into the front court. Adams goes up against Cobb and puts it in for 2 more. Nate Adams has 8 points in the first quarter, and Clay County leads by 2. Now Cam Bush Lost handle on it. It goes back the other way, and again, just trying to get that rhythm back in. Your first basketball game, hasn't practiced a lot either.
I think Adams may have even touched that just a little bit, at least knocked it loose, and then he tried to catch back up to it, and that's what ended up hitting it out of bounds. Adams has been all over the place defensively. He's getting the job done offensively. He's played really well to start this ball game.
2 minutes to go in the first quarter. It's 14-12. Working it over right side here for Clay County's Andrew Smith. Smith goes back across for Nolan Adams. Now left corner. Flip pass across. Smith able to run it down and keep it in. Now Nate Adams wants it, turns around and puts it in for two more. Nate Adams is having a ridiculous first quarter. 10 points, all twos, and it's a 4-point Clay County lead.
This feels very reminiscent of Cobb against Summit the other night.
Insane. Helms with it. What a performance so far. Now over to Roberts. Roberts back in. Now Turnbow. Turnbow finds Huddleston. Huddleston over to Cobb. Ty Cobb with 1:20 to go in the first quarter. Upperman a little bit out of sorts offensively. Now Helms has it. Helms gives off to Huddleston. They are bodying up Cobb, and an offensive foul is called. And they are not happy about it, and you can understand why, because there has been a ton of contact on Ty Cobb as he's trying to pop off of ball screens. And I'm a little surprised there wasn't a technical foul there. Coach McWilliams not happy. You understand why, because we kind of had a view on that up here.
Yeah, they got Helms down low on it. And like you said, it's been physical throughout the night, and that's what he's not happy about.
Yeah, there was pretty clear jersey hold on Ty Cobb coming off, and now there it is. You're having
the warning.
A warning on Coach McWilliams.
And that's smart. Again, these are experienced officials. He's going to let him get his say in. He's not going to tee him up yet. Going to give him a chance. Going to let him air it out a little bit.
And I think at this point, Coach McWilliams is maybe okay with a tech. He's getting his money's worth. He is letting them hear it. Comes into Nate Adams. A minute to go in the first. Clay County having a great start to this game. Underhand pass out, trying to find somewhere to go with it. Now Nolan Adams. Nolan off the dribble, drives inside, throws it up awkwardly, no good. Rebound tipped, and we got a foul called against Clay County. That one.
Adams.
Yep, goes on number 5, Kyler Westmoreland. That's his first. Bonsden Chaffin checking back in here for Helms. A 4-point lead for Clay County off the back of Nate Adams' ridiculous first quarter shooting from the field.
Yeah, it's looked a lot like Ty Cobb against Summit. It's been all in that mid-range at the basket. He likes to get to that free throw line jumper, and he's been able to knock him down.
Now this is tipped around everywhere. It goes out of play, and it's going to Upperman. Nearly a steal for Clay County defensively as they're in the full court press.
Kind of giving Upperman a little bit of taste of their own medicine a little bit.
Chaffin wants it. He has it in the front court. Chaffin shields off the defender, now fires over to Roberts. Roberts thought about the three, instead finds Bush. Bush with a kick-out pass to Roberts. Corner three on the way, good. Braden Roberts with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate three. It's a 1-point game, 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Nolan Adams, he bounces it over right side. Now Burchett. Burchett, one-on-one against Huddleston. Works it over in the corner. The trap arrives. He's able to bounce it out now. Finds Smith. Smith with 5 seconds on the clock. Got to go. Now driving through the lane. Shot thrown up in the mid-range. No. And that brings us to the end of a very entertaining first quarter. After one, it's Clay County 16, Upperman 15. Watching high school basketball presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Frontier Chevrolet is under new management with a community focus and a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, including the 2023 Chevy Silverado and Chevy Equinox. Frontier Chevrolet should be your first stop. Call Frontier Chevrolet today at 931-823-1255 or visit them online at caseyschevy.com today. Frontier Chevrolet is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
From the sports field to the hunting field, our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors can outfit anyone. Located in the heart of Jamestown at 207 South Main Street, Hall Sports and Outdoors carries everything from kayaks, fishing gear, and camo to guns and ammo. With top brands such as Columbia, Timberland, Under Armour, Asics, and much more, nobody can top their selection. Need some custom gear for your team? They also offer uniforms, gear, and custom embroidery. Stop by and see them at 207 South Main Street in Jamestown. Hall Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Entering the second quarter of play, 16-15 our score as Clay County leads Upperman. They have the basketball. It was a ridiculous first quarter for Nate Adams. Just could not miss from the field in the mid-range. He's back in there now, and it'll be Lance Burchett running the point on this possession. Noah McKay joined by Jacob Vincent. We're presented by Nick's Restaurant, family owned and operated for over 30 years in the Upper Cumberland. We thank Nick's Restaurant for making it possible to stream every Upperman game all season long here on our Facebook pages and YouTube channel. Right side, stiff ball screen set. Adams being pressured by Bush. Now Burchett off the screen, drives into the baseline. Now back out it goes. Andrew Smith with it now. 30-second possession to open up the quarter. Adams gives over right side, looking for Burchett. Instead, it's stolen away by Jack Torrance. 3-on-1 if they hurry. Ty Cobb, get the cameras ready. He puts it in for two. Upperman leads by one. Quickly, Clay County, they look to answer after every bucket with some transition. Nate Adams triggers the three. That one no good. Breaking news, he missed a shot. Ahead, here comes Upperman. Roberts. Upperman would love for this thing to become a track meet. Cobb gives off to Torrance. Now Torrance sets up the half-court offense. Cobb, backdoor cuts, and now he'll go ahead and put it in for an easy two. Silky, smooth off-ball movement by Ty Cobb. Gets free and gets the easy lay, and Upperman leads by three now.
He's saving the two-hand slams for later in the game.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was coming there. Now Burchett off the right side. He's picked up by Cobb. Burchett picks up his dribble, finds Adams. Adams swings it over left side to Birdwell. Birdwell trying to get it to Browning, but it's being shielded by Bush and then Chaffin inside. Now Burchett back to Adams. Runs into Cobb. Adams drives, now throws up the shot. No, Browning. Stiff collision, and we got a foul against Browning. He'll be called for over the back against Bronston Chaffin.
That was a tough rebound, tough fall by all parties involved.
We're not wearing pads tonight, but those guys are getting it on in there.
They're used to it at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially for Bronston. He's not far removed.
He's thinking, please don't. Turnbow goes off. Now ahead to Roberts. Roberts backdoor, speaking of, it's Bronston Chaffin. Chaffin shoulders in and puts it in for two.
And some of that physicality taken over a little bit here for the Bees and using it in transition as well, and another timeout taken by Clay County.
Yeah, Rob Edwards wants to talk about things for the 32nd timeout, his second of the half. 5:58 to go in the half, and so you blink, it was 16-15. Now it's a 6-0 run to open up the quarter, and it's what we've seen Upperman do. They're getting out in some transition, getting the stops on defense, and all of a sudden those shots aren't falling for Clay County. So interesting to see what the adjustment will be for Coach Edwards in this break.
Yeah, well, it starts with not turning over the basketball. Obviously, that's a simple one, but then you have to get back. Even on a made shot, you got to get back. Well, then you're able to get into your full court. On a missed shot, you got to get back, get in front of somebody. First, it starts with the ball carrier because he's going to be able to take it up the court. And then after that, you got to filter out to everybody else. But they've got so many guys that can hurt you in so many different ways. It's tough to try to pick up all five guys.
Stick around during the Happy Hiller halftime show. We'll be joined by Upperman Lady B head coach Dana McWilliams to talk about their victory earlier on tonight over Clay County. And at the timeout, it's Bulldogs basketball. Nate Adams with it. He's picked up by Turnbow, gives off to Burchett. Burchett picks up his dribble, pulls up in the mid-range. Good. Burchett with a nice shot. Lance Burchett, he's got 5 in the first half. Now trying to break the press is Upperman. Chaffin crosses the timeline, finds Ty Cobb. 5.5 to go in the half. Cobb working off a couple of ball screens. Slices and kicks to Roberts. His corner three is on the way. No good. Rebounded by Browning. Now that pass intercepted by Roberts. Roberts finds Cobb, who spins inside. Shot fake. Cobb, no good. No call. Rebounded by Browning. Now Torrance with a steal, and he's called for a foul. Wow. That was an interesting sequence both ways, as Huddleston's going to go to the scorer's table here to check in. Not sure how they wasn't called a foul on Ty Cobb's shot attempt.
He got him up in the air. There was body contact. 9 times out of 10, it is called.
Yeah, that's a miss for a good crew. I think that's very fair to say. 5:13 to go in the second. The crowd's involved now, I'll tell you that.
Love the stare down from Coach McWilliams as well.
Burchett bringing it up across the timeline. 3-point game as we get back to action. Gives off to Nate Adams. Again, that mid-range pull-up, and again he buries it. He's got 12, and it's been about all from that spot.
14 to 17 feet.
Now Cobb gives to Huddleston, ahead to Roberts. Roberts back to Huddleston. One dribble finds Ty Cobb. 1-point game. Out of the timeout, Clay County settled in a little bit. Cobb gives to Chaffin. Wonder if they're looking for this alley-oop play. Instead, forced back out Huddleston. He finds Cobb again. You can see him kind of trying to set it up. Cobb, he'll sky up in the mid-range, and he'll hit it. Ty Cobb says, how do you do? He's got 6 points in the second quarter alone, 8.5. 23-20 our score. Adams trying to answer up and under, and there's a call. It's going to go on Turnbow, and it's a trip to the line to shoot 2 for Nate Adams.
Yeah, and Cobb, that's his bread and butter in that mid-range. Obviously, he can get it done at the basket as well. Still trying to develop that outside shot. We've seen him hit it a few times so far this season, but he's really, really good inside the perimeter. Adams has shown that he's also really good inside the perimeter.
First free throw for Nate Adams is no good. A couple of subs checking in here. Weston Birdwell back in, alongside Kyler Westmoreland here for the Bulldogs. So Adams has kind of put the team on his back. He's the one consistent offensive threat, but he goes 0 for 2 at the line. Cobb with another rebound. 4:12 to go in the opening half. Cobb calmly walks it ahead and tries to set up the half-court offense. That pass is intercepted. Nolan Adams read it the whole way. Adams into the front court, leans in and puts it in for 2. The steal and the score for Nolan Adams. The rare mistake for Ty Cobb on the pass as Adams had that one shielded off. Ahead to Turnbow. Turnbow goes across to Roberts. He bobbled it, goes out of play. Unforced error. Clay County with the basketball and a chance to regain the lead.
It's something we haven't seen a whole lot of from this Upperman team early on this season, is not taking care of the basketball. Clay County has matched their speed for the most part, and I think it's playing a big factor in this game so far.
Birdwell fires a pass that's intercepted. Braden Roberts picks it off, lines it up, and puts it in.
I'd love to see the transition points in this ball game.
9 points so far for Braden Roberts. He was the leading scorer, and that's a travel, just shuffling the feet. I think Westmoreland may be surprised by how open he was. Possession back to Upperman.
Well, and then he had 6'4", 215-pound Bronston Chaffin running out at him, so that may have also played a factor into it.
That can play a role. That's true. Huddleston to inbound here in front of their own bench. The press backs off for now. 3:20 to go in the second quarter of a 3-point game. Cobb gives off to Turnbow. Turnbow now to Huddleston at the top of the key. Over to Cobb. Cobb surveys now. Finds Turnbow again. Turnbow inside Chaffin. Chaffin turns, puts it up and in for 2. Going down just a little too easily there, I think, was Birdwell. And Chaffin, he's feeling it. He's got 8 points in the first half. Now on the other end, Nolan Adams, his 2, no good. An offensive rebound for Birdwell, though. Nice board. Now a good feed over to Adams. He triggers the 3, no. And that was Burchett, rather. Possession down to Turnbow. He gives across to Roberts, now ahead to Cobb. Cobb activates baseline. Ty Cobb skies up, and there's the call. And Cobb will go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2.
Well, and Birdwell didn't think, he thought he got all ball on that one as well. Cobb doing a nice job kind of hanging in the air. Usually good things happen when you hang for that split second afterwards that you think you should let go of the basketball. The defender can't stay up straight up the whole time and commits the foul.
Well, if he did get all ball that time, all things balance out, because he didn't on the last time down the floor for Ty Cobb. And the first free throw is no good. And if you're a Clay County fan, you're yelling ball don't lie. There you go. Cam Bush checking in, as is Wyatt Browning for their respective squads. And now we've got a timeout called on the floor. Third timeout called by Clay County, and it's a full timeout, so we'll take it with it. 2:41 to go in the first half. Upperman leads by 5. Coverage of this game is presented by Nick's Restaurant and the Frontier Chevy, UCR Media Network.
When it comes to caring for your land, you need an all-around performer to make your life easier. One that's tried and true. That's a John Deere compact tractor from Tri-Green Equipment. User-friendly tractors that are big on performance and operator comfort.
Welcome back. 2:41 to go in the second quarter. It's a 5-point lead here for Upperman. And a timeout was called by Upperman. My apologies. The official was looking at Rob Edwards to tell him what the timeout was. So full timeout called by the Bees. And it's going to be a trip to the line for Ty Cobb to shoot 2. Cobb with 8 points in this game so far, as does Bronsden Chaffin.
He already missed the first one.
He did, off the front of the rim. Ball don't lie. As I said, I would remember that if I was a professional announcer. Cobb going to shoot the second here. It's Thursday night. We got to have a little fun. Second one is good. Nothing but net for Cobb. 6-point lead for Upperman. It's the largest of the game for either team. Ahead they come. Mid-range pull-up jumper. Good. Clay County has hit 72 mid-range jumpers in the first quarter, in the first
Nate
half.
Adams has hit 72 mid-range jumpers.
Burchett just added another. Here's Cobb, 2-on-1. He goes across to Bush. Back to Cobb. Puts it in for 2.
I mean, they had 2 chances at a wide-open layup there.
Unselfish passing both ways. Eventually somebody had to take it. Now over it comes Nolan Adams. Adams bounces it ahead to Browning. Bobbled it. Goes out of play. Possession back to Upperman.
Coach McWilliams getting in on the play that time almost. Yeah, this Bees team, it's so tough to keep up with their speed and the physicality that they have as well. Clay County's done a really good job for the most part of it. It's been the mid-range that's been keeping them in. At some point, they're either going to have to get a stop or they're going to have to start hitting outside shots.
Chaffin gives off to Bush. Bush finds Cobb. Cobb pops off a screen, now back to Bush. Bush cuts inside. We've got a collision and a call, and it's a block, I believe, against Clay County. It'll be the 13th foul.
I think we're going to see a few of those collisions with old Mr. Bush.
Cam Bush, if you'll
Tremendous
recall,
football
on Saturday,
player. Oh my gosh, he had a good game.
He was tackling anybody that moved.
And there were some big boys down there.
You are not kidding. Inbound play coming here from Ty Cobb. By the way, I'm going to geniuses. Coach Kane saying 7 feet, 500 pounds is a compliment. Stop bombarding my page, man. Cobb off a ball screen. He pulls up in the mid-range. That is good. Got the friendly roll. And we've got a whistle.
Off the ball.
Count the basket. And we've got a call on Browning as he was trying to box out and hold back Chaffin. So count the basket for Cobb. He's having a huge second quarter.
Did I miss a point?
It's 32-24 on the scoreboard, so that's what we're going with. Inbounds pass comes to Chaffin. Chaffin off the dribble. Skies up for 2. Too strong, no good. Rebound down to Nate Adams. Looking for him to get more involved. Instead, the behind-the-back dribble stolen by Ty Cobb. Now it's a foot race. Cobb goes up and puts it in for 2 more. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 points in the quarter for Ty Cobb. 30-second timeout on the floor for Rob Edwards. It is his 3rd timeout called. And it is going to be a full timeout instead of 30. 1:26 to go in this second quarter. Upperman on a run. They lead by 10. Don't go anywhere.
This new construction open split bedroom plan in the Honeybrook subdivision has 1,560 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and features a tankless water heater, natural gas heat, and central air. Best of all, the owner is offering $10,000 credit at closing, which you can use for closing costs, a 2-1 buy-down, or price reduction. For more information, call Sonia Brown Real Estate at 931-979-7145. Sonia Brown Real Estate is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Ty Cobb is in Salina, Tennessee tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He scored 13 points in the second quarter. He's got 15 in the game, and Upperman has opened up a 10-point advantage over Clay County. Big timeout here for Rob Edwards, Jacob. Down 10, you're still in the ball game, but the majority of their buckets have come from those mid-range jumpers that aren't the highest percentage shot in the world. They're going to have to slow down this transition game that Upperman's starting to run.
Well, and another big thing is they've taken 3 timeouts. They only have 2 timeouts left, but he's got to slow it down a little bit because anytime this Upperman team gets on a run, it's exactly what they do. It just rolls downhill for them, especially offensively in the transition. They're trying to take care of some things here in the full court, trying to take care of the basketball.
They are running out of time to get across the line. Nolan Adams does just at the last second. He gets it over to Burchett. Lance Burchett with it. Now Nate Adams. Looking at the zone defense, bounces it over to Browning. Browning picked up by Cobb. He gets it to Nolan Adams. Check back over, 60 seconds to go in the quarter. Picking up the dribble now is Nolan Adams. Burchett comes out to get it. 52 seconds on the clock. Time ticking away. Nolan Adams now. He's picked up by Huddleston. Trying to move him off. Driving inside. Adams throws up the shot. No good. Chaffin with the rebound. He gets it to Huddleston. Back over Turnbow. Turnbow to Roberts. 35 seconds to go in the second. Now Huddleston. See if Upperman holds for the final shot. First quarter, Clay County kind of able to dictate it. Second quarter, it's been all B's. Huddleston. Over to Turnbow. Turnbow. Now Cobb. Cobb waits. Now back to Turnbow. 14 seconds. Trying to get the last look. Cobb. Huddleston. Now Roberts. 8 seconds. Roberts running out of time. 6 seconds. Finds Huddleston. 4 seconds. Now Cobb. Ty Cobb sees the light. Drives in. Fires it to Chaffin, who puts it in at the buzzer for 2. The assist from Cobb to Chaffin. An exclamation point on a strong second for the road team as we head to halftime. It's Upperman 36. Clay County 24. We'll be joined by Dana McWilliams when we come back. You're watching high school basketball presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Steel Technologies has been part of the Rutherford County community for over 35 years. Their plants in Murfreesboro and Smyrna include over 150 teammates who process coils, metal sheets, and planks for customers across North America. Steel Tech's Smyrna and Murfreesboro plants are expanding, and they need teammates to join their team. With openings including machine and forklift operators, truck drivers, and more, they have the position for you with competitive wages and monthly bonus opportunities. For more information and to apply online, scan the QR code on your screen now. Steel Tech is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Steel Tech. Faith, family, Steel Tech.
Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with creative food and drinks on the rooftop. Fire and Vine is also home to the UCR Coaches Show on Tuesday nights. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Crossroads Auction Group are the Upper Cumberland's auction experts. As a full-service auction company, they take your stress away every step of the way. Servicing the entire Upper Cumberland, the Crossroads Auction Group gets your property ready from cleanup, setup, picture-taking, up to the auction and beyond. They handle all auctions from estates, residential, farms, land, commercial, and everything else. For more information, visit crossroadsauctiongroup.com or call 931-644-7149 today. The Crossroads Auction Group are proud sponsors of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. It's time for the Happy Hiller halftime show. Visit happyhiller.com to see how our friends at Hiller can help solve your plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical problems today. That's happyhiller.com. At the break, Upperman has opened up a 36-24 lead over Clay County, trying to sweep the doubleheader because the Lady Bees victorious earlier on tonight, 34-29. We're joined now by Upperman head coach Dana McWilliams. Coach, thank you as always for taking some time. Interesting game tonight. The defense right on par with where it's been at 29 points, but the offense just at 34. Found yourself in a closer sort of game. How did you assess it as a whole tonight?
Well, I think we just survived tonight, really. I don't think we were sharp, really, either. Even on the defensive end wasn't necessarily our best showing tonight, probably. But, we found a way to win. I thought we missed a lot of easy stuff early, missed a lot of free throws tonight that we typically – we usually are a very good free throw shooting team, and we usually make easy baskets. So I think kind of got us off to a bad start. And, give them credit, too. They did a good job, but it just felt like we were just a little off tonight.
Is that one of those things where when you're not in that rhythm where it could end up being a good thing that you got to turn around and play again tomorrow night and try to, all right, flush that, the free throws and all that, and just get right back to playing?
Well, we're hoping for that. We know we're going to have to be ready tomorrow because PCA is they're very well coached, and they've got a really good team. So, we've just got a little bit of time to bounce back and go. But sometimes it's good if you can, get yourself in a good rhythm. But I think we have played pretty well most of the games this year, so it's bound to happen. This is really our first true road game. Yep. We've been on classics and things like that, but as far as home crowd somewhere, and the drive to the game, just all that together, something we got to get used to.
On a night where the offense wasn't clicking in that second half, especially your freshman certainly was. 3 threes, Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game, Sadie South. we kind of hit on this on Tuesday, the balance, but how good was it to be able to have somebody make a big shot and make 3 of them there in that second half?
You know, I thought Sadie made big shots.
Yeah.
When we really were struggling, we really needed something to go down for us. I think she was 3 of 3 in the second half. I mean, and timely for us because we were struggling a little bit. And, you know, she's they do a great job finding her. She does a great job taking shots that she wants to take, you know. And it was just it was good to see, which is no surprise to me. I've told you, you know, and I told you last year, you know, Taylor,
Yep.
an elite shooter, and still the same. And then I told you Sadie's on that same path, you know, to have that same kind of success. When she gets a good look, she's just not going to miss.
Is there a positive out of? Well, I know there is, but out of. Hey, it didn't go well, but you won the basketball game. To figure out a way to win, knowing that it's not always going to be firing on all cylinders the way maybe it was on Tuesday.
Well, that's what I told them in there. I said we got to look at it like this. You know, we did not play our best. We did not, and we still came away with a win on the road. So we chalked that up as a win and a learning experience, and then we moved forward from that. You know, I was in there talking to them about defensively not doing well, and I kind of stopped and I said, well, we only gave up 29 points, But I didn't think that's the one thing I feel like, you know, that we always do well. And it wasn't bad, obviously, if you only gave up 29, but I didn't think our energy was as good tonight. Just played a little bit flat, I think. But, you know, they don't know anything about Clay County. This is Coach Edwards told us when we came in, you know, Rob's a Upperman graduate.
Yes.
So, but when he came in, he says it's been 11 years since Upperman's been here. So it's a long time, you know, so these kids have no idea anything. And, you know, Clay County's got a good tradition, and they love sports here, and they're going to be ready to play. They're well coached, and they're going to be ready.
You hit on, you turn around, well, the same discussion tomorrow because you get another game on Saturday. Do you know anything about PCA? What are you expecting to see? Obviously a good basketball team with a good record, but what does that kind of look like, and what do you need to do tomorrow?
Well, we're going to have to, you know, watch film tonight and try to hopefully Coach Emily's at home watching a little bit because she had a middle school game tonight, so hopefully she's home watching, getting us a good scout. But, you know, Tara James, she does an excellent job there. She and I have been friends for a long time. Got tons of respect for her. So what you can know is they're going to play hard. They're going to be in the right spots. They're going to do the right things just like they were last year. You know, nothing's going to change for them as far as those kind of things. So we know we're going to have a battle, and it's exciting to get to play that level of competition this early in the year.
Absolutely. Well, she's Dana McWilliams. Lady Bees victorious earlier on tonight. Coach, thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Everybody gotta feel that emotion. Move your body, do whatever you like. Are you ready? Come on, put it in motion. Let's just get crazy. Got me feeling alright. Gonna celebrate. Raise your glass up high. Gonna celebrate. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Having the time of our lives. Oh, everybody wanna start a commotion. Lift your hands up, leave your worries behind. Are you ready? Come on, put it in motion. Let's just get crazy. Got me feeling alright. Gonna celebrate. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Having the time of our lives. Operation Rudolph is a go.
Go.
I see Rudolph! Light the runway! Santa's never gonna find us.
Oh, yes, he will.
The Crouch team with Highlands Lake Real Estate proudly presents this gorgeous 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom brick home in Cookeville. With 6,000 square feet, 2 levels, and a finished basement, 2 fireplaces, and much more, this could be your forever home. Call 931-979-1191 for more information and to schedule a showing today, or visit chadandamycrouch.com. The Crouch Team with Highlands Lake Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
My name is Lolly, and I'm a franchisee with Domino's. Growing up, I always loved Domino's, but I never imagined I'd own my own store. I'd have to say my favorite part of operating a store has always been making pizzas. It was a big step up becoming a manager. I was only 18, and I was running $1 million business. That's the great thing about Domino's. Promotions happen quickly if you work hard and you learn the business. If you want to own your own business, make money, and have fun while doing it, you won't find a better opportunity than Domino's. My name is Lolly, and I am Domino's.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do. Frontier Chevrolet is under new management with a community focus and a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, including the 2023 Chevy Silverado and Chevy Equinox. Frontier Chevrolet should be your first stop. Call Frontier Chevrolet today at 931-823-1255 or visit them online at caseyschevy.com today. Frontier Chevrolet is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
From the sports field to the hunting field, our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors can outfit anyone. Located in the heart of Jamestown at 207 South Main Street, Hall Sports and Outdoors carries everything from kayaks, fishing gear, and camo to guns and ammo. With top brands such as Columbia, Timberland, Under Armour, Asics, and much more, nobody can top their selection. Need some custom gear for your team? They also offer uniforms, gear, and custom embroidery. Stop by and see them at 207 South Main Street in Jamestown. Hall Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
When it comes to caring for your land, you need an all-around performer to make your life easier. One that's tried and true. That's a John Deere compact tractor from Tri-Green Equipment. User-friendly tractors that are big on performance and operator comfort.
Welcome back. Again, our thanks to Dana McWilliams for joining us there during the Happy Hiller halftime show. We're getting the second half started here. I'm Noah McKay. He's Jacob Vincent. Sure happy to be with you on this Thursday night in Salina. Ty Cobb took over the ball game in the second quarter alongside Bronston Chaffin. That two-man game could be lethal this year for Upperman. They have the basketball now as Cobb has it at the top of the key. Calls for the screen from Chaffin, who sets it. He pops off into the free throw line, kicks out to Torrance. Jack Torrance, 4-3. That's no good. Rebounded by Nate Adams, who had a big first half for Clay County. 12 points, 10 of which came in the first quarter, all in the mid-range. Adams has it here. He gives off left side. And now reversing course is Andrew Smith. Smith looking to get it rolling offensively, picks up his dribble, now flips it over to Lance Burchett. He skies up for three. That one doesn't get the roll, and Bronston Chaffin with the rebound. Now Torrance fires it ahead to Huddleston. It was tipped. Huddleston has it, now throws it up with the right hand. Good.
Just kind of tipped it to himself there, like you said. Tipped in on the pass on the way in, was able to hit it out in front of him and still track down the basketball.
Upperman starting to stretch an advantage. It's up to 14 points. Clay County's got to be careful now. They gave up a big quarter against York on Tuesday. That was the difference, but now they got a different animal in here. A jumper for Nate Adams, and I just chuckle because nobody's shooting mid-range jumpers in basketball anymore. Nate Adams is just piling them in for another two.
Well, and it's funny because Ty Cobb does the same thing, and those two players love to get to that middle part of the court inside the perimeter.
Speaking of, there's Ty Cobb up for two. He's got 17. Now Nate Adams the other way. That pass tipped by guess who? Ty Cobb goes right to Roberts. Now Torrance running the floor. Torrance tries to get it and I think it's poked by Adams, and it goes right to Burchett. Here comes Burchett the other way. He slams the bricks and sets up. Wow, 14-point game, 6:10 to go in the third.
We've had happened so quickly.
And now a little shot fake and then pulling the trigger and bearing the three is Andrew Smith. Said he was looking to get it rolling offensively. There he goes. Continue to let us know who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Don't forget, we are live on our Facebook page and on our YouTube channel, Upper Cumberland Reporter. Huddleston off to Roberts. Roberts finds Torrance. Torrance goes into Roberts. Roberts now Chaffin. Bronston Chaffin. Shot fake, puts it up, and he is fouled. And Chaffin will go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2. Adam Kane somewhere is cringing every time Bronston Chaffin hits the ground.
He's watching film on Fayetteville. What do you mean?
You know, you don't know how true that is. I can promise you, Coach Kane has watched some Fayetteville tape this week, as the first free throw is no good for Chaffin. It's not a joke. I guarantee you he's done it. Next one, no good. 0 for 2 at the line. Got a lot of missed free throws on this side of the floor tonight. Lance Burchett with it. Burchett gives off to Smith. 11-point game. Pivotal possessions here for Clay County as they try to make this a 4-quarter fight. Smith to Burchett. Burchett now Birdwell. Now inside, down low, Browning. Great shot fake, and Browning makes it fall.
Wasn't even really the shot fake. It was more just the gather. They were trying to time up the block, and a really good job. He just kind of stopped when he came down low with the basketball. Worked the same as a shot fake, and it worked out for him.
Branson Turnbow goes to the scorer's table. Ty Cobb with the basketball here. Working off a screen from Chaffin. Sends over to Torrance. Torrance drives baseline. Now flips a pass up. Robert skies up to keep it in. Huddleston swings it around to Cobb. Cobb off a ball screen. Triggers the 3. Good. Ty Cobb with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. 20 points tonight for the freshman point guard, Ty Cobb.
And that's something that he doesn't really have in his repertoire yet, is shooting that 3 ball consistently.
So we haven't seen it. I have it on good authority that it's certainly in that repertoire.
Oh, I'm sure it's
so we'll
in
see
there,
if it's coming out. Browning working on Chaffin. Chaffin doesn't move an inch. Browning wisely goes back out. Corner 3, no good. Rebound tipped up. Coming away with it is Huddleston. Huddleston fires away into the front court. Huddleston now drives and kicks to Roberts. Torrance now. Torrance over to Cobb. Cobb one-on-one. Thinking about it. Now activates. Drives baseline. Cobb fade away, and he is fouled. It's going to go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2.
They're just kind of baiting the defender into it. He drives right past him. Still almost got the leaner to go, and we'll see if maybe he's a B that can knock down some free throws here on this end of the court. Lady Bees struggled. And I think that was something Coach McWilliams was talking about, is saying, you know, if we just hit our free throws, it doesn't feel as close as it was at the end of the game.
He talked about the missed layups, the free throws, things like that. As free throw is good for Cobb. And that's one thing about Coach McWilliams, both of them, they're not going to panic if they're off a little bit in a game. It's a long season, and they're playing 3 games in back-to-back nights, the Lady Bees are. As Ty Cobb goes 2 for 2 at the line. Again, that scoring output is ticking up. This is a gym that has seen some prolific freshmen. Tyreek Key, Grant Strong.
It's insane the amount of
now
talent.
That one's stolen away by Turnbow. Turnbow into the front court, bounces it to Roberts. Roberts skies up and lays it in for 2.
It was a really good job as well. He had a defender down low, almost a steal by Turnbow. Had a defender down low, able to kind of evade him and not get the charge call.
And make no mistake about it, Ty Cobb is in that echelon of freshman players.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. Adams triggers the 3. That's no good. Chaffin runs down the rebound and sends it across to Cobb. Cobb, what a feed over to Roberts, who puts it up for 2.
They can't miss now.
Yeah, look out. It's up to an 18-point game. Upperman is rolling downhill. We saw him do this to Oakland in the second half. Oakland had about 10 points, and then you blinked, and it was over with a capital O. And Rob Edwards calls his second to last timeout. We'll wait and see if it's a full or a 30-second timeout. 3:16 to go in the third quarter. And right here, Jacob, right, what are we seeing the difference in the first couple of games we saw where they were unable to pull away? Now with Bronston Chaffin and Branson Turnbow and Cam Bush, you're seeing them space out these leads and start to run away from teams.
Well, they've got more legs. They've got more life. They're able to get some subs out there. They're able to get spelled on the bench for a little bit. In the first 4 games of the season, they weren't able to do that because they're playing with 6 and 7 guys, and that's about it. Now they're able to do that. They're able to pull away. They're able to stay fresh. Those football guys are back out there. And, oh, yeah, those football guys are pretty talented at playing basketball.
Don't forget, 3 games for you live, or 3 sets of games across the Frontier Chevy UCR DVR Media Network. Actually, 5 total games. On the main page, York welcomes in Oakland, presented by Beatty Lumber. Roger Ely and Rusty Ellis on the call there. On UCR2, it's Cookeville against Hendersonville, presented by all 4 of those presenting sponsors there of Cookeville basketball. You'll hear from them tomorrow. Upper Cumberland Family Dentistry, Dr. Alyssa Hudson.
Horner Huddleston and Hooper Funeral Home.
Backwards. Hooper Huddleston and Horner.
There you go. I did that a couple
and
times
double
on
precision.
Tuesday.
Yeah, the names are correct, but it's
they're all
around.
H's.
And we appreciate their sponsorship. And of course, I'll be in Baxter as the Lady Bees take on PCA on UCR3. Bounce pass over right side here out of the timeout. Clay County so far has rallied out of their timeouts, but they're in a much bigger hole now, and it's happened in a hurry. Left side, Nate Adams gives off now. Lance Burchett, driving in, picks up his dribble and kicks out to Adams. Adams, turnaround shot in the mid-range again. This time it doesn't fall. Rebound tipped around, and it's unable to be saved in by Birdwell after Browning boxed out. Possession back to the Bees.
Browning is such a beast inside in there. And again, this is a 1A basketball team, and they match up pretty well with this 3A basketball team in Upperman. Upperman's been playing this a bunch of 4A teams to start the season. Size-wise, they match up really well.
Inside, guess who? Ty Cobb again for 2 more. I mean, he is just filling up the stat sheet right now in every way. Driving in Nate Adams on the other end. We've got a whistle and a stoppage for a foul. This will be the first team foul against Upperman. Kermit watching from McMinnville. We welcome you in.
Tuesday, Cobb has 21 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. Similar stat line
39
tonight.
Against Summit. He's
Game
already
winner.
over 21 now. He was at 21, 2, 4, 24 points. Shot fake here. Burchett now pulls up. That 3 misses wide right. Possession back to the Bees. And they're running up right now without Braden Roberts on the floor.
Who had a career high on Tuesday.
And he would have had a career high against Wilson Central if he didn't leave the game in the third quarter with an injury. He was rolling.
Instead, Ty Cobb hit a game winner.
Ty Cobb off a ball screen, drives in, and no look pass to Turnbow for 3. That one no good. Rebound down. Browning able to win the race or the fight for it. Love the way White Browning plays inside. On the other end, Birdwell, he's going to drive baseline. Now a little backdoor pass out to Adams. Nate Adams for 3. That's no good. Helms fighting for the rebound. He's able to muscle it away, but then passes it to the Clay County bench. Possession goes back to the Bulldogs. And now Roberts, Huddleston, Torrance, and Chaffin checking into the game. And Ty Cobb going to get a breather. Breaking news.
And this is an actual rotation that they can make. This isn't clearing out the bench. This is the actual rotation that they're going to use throughout the season.
You mentioned it. They go about 12 deep.
Yeah.
We still haven't seen Colton Johnson in this game, and he can play.
Guess what? Clayton Harris isn't even here.
And Burchett may have just rolled his ankle, but he's okay. It's off to Nate Adams. Yeah, Clayton Harris is probably going to start.
Yeah.
Let's pass back out, crossing over to the elbow. Burchett now kicks out right side. Driving in the lane, now kick out into the corner. 3 ball on its way. That's no good. Rebound down. Turnaround, second chance shot. There's the foul as Turnbow got horizontal with the arms. Kyler Westmoreland's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, he was straight up initially, came down as the shot went up. He fouls him and going to send him to the line for a couple of free throws. But, yeah, this Bees team, I mean, they've been so impressive throughout the first 5 games of the season. Now those football guys come back, and now they have the actual depth. We've seen a starting lineup that is really probably only going to have 1, maybe 2 starters in that starting lineup as this season goes on, and they've been playing really good basketball.
They're 4-1. Stick around post-game for the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game. We'll also have the scoring. We know who it's going to be. As the free throw is good for Westmoreland. That's his first couple of points. And now ahead it comes. Roberts in the front court. Gives out to Torrance. Now the interesting thing to watch, when Ty Cobb's out of the game, how does this offense flow? Because he is the quarterback of the offense. Torrance with it now. They've got lots of guards. Chaffin, tic-tac-toes to Turnbow. Over to Huddleston, who puts it in for 2.
That's out.
It worked out. Evan Huddleston with 6 points tonight. A 20-point lead again for Upperman. 53 seconds to go in the third. Now Nolan Adams. He spins inside with a nice move. Skies up, but no good. Disrupted by Chaffin. And now Bronston Chaffin running the floor. That pass intercepted by Nate Adams. Adams turns and burns into the front court. Adams barrels into Chaffin. There's the call and the and one for Nate Adams.
He's a really impressive player. I know they're down 18 points, but again, he's been doing it all season long. Been in double figures quite a bit this season, averaging 17 points a game.
And Ty Cobb back to the scorer's table. He's checking in for Branson Turnbow as Adams Yeah, you've been really good. 14 points can make it 15 here with a trip to the line, looking to complete the and one. This is a Clay County team. It's going to be a good single-A team this year.
Yeah.
They're absolutely a force in that district. Them and Pickett County, you would imagine, going to come down to them. An eye on Gordonsville as well.
Those three teams in there are going to do some damage.
The free throw is good for Adams. And the way the region's kind of shaping up, you really want to win your region. You don't have to go on the road for sub-state. It's a winnable sub-state game on the road, but extremely winnable on your home floor. As Roberts gives off to Torrance. Now Chaffin. Chaffin has room to operate, so he kicks out to Huddleston. Now Cobb, 20 seconds. Ty Cobb floats back out, going to hold for the final shot, you would imagine. Exactly what Coach McWilliams holds up one finger and says one shot. 11 seconds. Chaffin. Cobb comes to get it. 8 seconds for Ty Cobb. And they'll clear the runway for him. Cobb with a crossover. Skies up from the free throw line. Good. Ty Cobb finishes out the quarter with another mid-range jumper, and it brings us to the end of a dominant frame for the road team. After 3, it's Upperman 55, Clay County 36. You're watching high school basketball presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
When it comes to caring for your land, you need an all-around performer to make your life easier. One that's tried and true. That's a John Deere compact tractor from Tri-Green Equipment. User-friendly tractors that are big on performance and operator comfort.
This new construction open split bedroom plan in the Honeybrook subdivision has 1,560 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and features a tankless water heater, natural gas heat, and central air. Best of all, the owner is offering $10,000 credit at closing, which you can use for closing costs, a 2-1 buy-down, or price reduction. For more information, call Sonia Brown Real Estate at 931-979-7145. Sonia Brown Real Estate is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
1 quarter to go in Solana. Upperman leads 55-36. Noah McKay joined by Jacob Vincent. Ty Cobb with 26 points, having another dominant night as the mid-range jumper is up and good. Nate Adams, don't let Cobb's performance overshadow what he's doing. He's up to 19, and it's been pretty much all mid-range jumpers for Nate Adams.
Yeah, been able to get inside a couple of times. Maybe 1-3 in the game, but yeah, a lot of them right around that free throw line.
Bronson Chaffin gives off to Cobb. He thought about the 3 instead. Gets a ball screen for him. Cobb able to get the pass away to Huddleston. He'll trigger the 3. It's online and it's good. Evan Huddleston, he's having a nice game. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3, 9 points for him, and now an errant pass results in the ball going back to Upperman.
I'd also be really interested to see the shooting percentages in this second half for the Bees. They have not missed very much
really,
at all.
really high. There it is. I think that's called the Snoop Dogg percentage. 7:14 to go in the ball game. It's a 20-point game. Chaffin gives off to Cobb. Chaffin. He's sold a lot of albums. Chaffin, he's going to trigger the 3. Are you kidding me? That one's no good. Rebound down.
That one goes.
Rounding with the rebound. Now Burchett bringing it up. Crosses over. Step back 3. It's on the way. No good. Rebound tipped out to Cobb. Cobb goes over to Torrance. Torrance looking for Huddleston. It's a tip pass intercepted. Picked off by Andrew Smith. Smith ahead for Clay County in a 20-point game. Bounces it. Now turnaround shot for Adams. That one offline. Rebounded by Cobb, and he is fouled. That'll be the first team foul, and it goes on Weston Birdwell. Comment section like that, Jake. They liked it. I'm glad. I worked all week on that one.
That's the important part. That's really all that matters.
Cobb bringing it up. He's been ridiculous all season long. I mean, it's tough to remember. This kid is a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
This is his 6th varsity basketball game as Jack Torrance triggers the 3 and buries it off the feed from Roberts. A Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3 for Jack Torrance.
This was a 1-point game at the end of the first.
It is not now as a mid-range runner's up, no good, rebounded by Roberts.
I think that's just a credit to the Bees. Starts on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, they're shooting the lights out of the basketball here in the second half. but they just wear you down on that offensive side for Clay County. They've been able to get some mid-range, have not been able to get really anything at the basket, haven't been able to hit outside shots. It's been so tough going for them.
Torrance feeling it. That one a little bit short. Rebounded by Burchett. He'll turn it into the front court. Burchett skies up in the mid-range. That one no good. Rebound tipped right to Torrance. Torrance now weaving his way through traffic. Gets it ahead to Chaffin. Chaffin drives in, throws up the shot. Browning comes away with it. Thought it may have been a call. There was not one. Instead, it's Clay County basketball. Yeah, I thought we had a good look at it. Looked like he hit the elbow. But we play on. Browning turns inside. He throws it up, and the foul will occur on the floor on Chaffin. He's going to think, what happened over there? And now we're going to have wholesale substitutions as Rob Edwards is emptying out the bench, and Bobby McWilliams doing a little bit of the same.
You can see Johnson check in. You mentioned he played against Oakland a little bit. Another one of those guys we haven't seen until.
All right, I'm ready. I got to get to the deeper part of the roster here for the names. We're going to make it happen. They send it outside. Now 3 ball on the way for Nolan Adams. That's no good. Rebound tip. Ty Cobb still out there as a second chance basket is up and good. Don't have that number on the stat sheet as Branson Turnbow brings it up. Turnbow gives off to Bush. Bush. Now left side Turnbow. Turnbow drives baseline. Turnaround shot in the lane. That's no good. Rebound down. Grabbed by Hayden Adams, and I did have his number. He's the one who made the basket. It was a nice shot and second chance. And now bringing it up is Cole. Now he gives off left side, top of the key. Nolan Adams working on Cobb. Kick out pass. 3 ball on the way. No good. Rebound tip, though. Another second chance potentially. Shot put up, and that is good. Nolan Adams for 2. And Clay County's making it a little bit tighter here as some of the reserves are in. Upperman still has some key players. Ty Cobb with it. Cobb behind the back working on Nolan Adams. Couple of ball screens set. He works off at left side. Drives inside and puts it up and in with the left hand.
I would like to go back and listen to our broadcast as well, see how many times you're just chuckling as he gets through the defense.
It's just so effortless. 6:53 to go in the game. Pardon me, 3:53 to go in the game. Turn around inside, now back out. That ball tipped up by Ty Cobb. Nolan Adams goes back to get it as Roberts is back at the scorer's table for Upperman.
Well, that's kind of what we were texting with Goose, who's down there on the court. This is his first time getting to see Ty play basketball in his freshman season. And that was the main thing he said. He's so smooth when he's playing. He doesn't make bad decisions. He doesn't force anything. And you don't see that in freshmen a whole lot.
Nolan Adams is going to the line to shoot 2. And now we're going to get some of the deeper reserves. Roberts back in. He's a starter. Landon Hall, he played some minutes early. Ty Cobb's day is done with 28 points. And I think, man, and he doesn't care about his scoring. That's one of the traits about him. But he 2 away from 30. Let me get out there. 30 doesn't happen every day.
He's already got a 30 ball this year. Almost had a 40 ball.
I think he'll have a few in his career.
Yeah, I think so.
The free throw is good for Nolan Adams. 2 for 2 for Adams at the line. And Roberts gives off to Bush. Cam Bush now trying to get his sea legs under him on the floor. Isaiah Helms inside on the give and go, puts it in for 2.
Yeah, really good finish for the senior down low. Again, another one of those guys who's gotten a lot of playing time early on this season. Going to get some more as the season goes on.
Open 3 on the other end, splashed in for Cole Eads. An 18-point game with 3:08 to go. Roberts working over left side, now fires it to Hall. Hall back to Bush. Jack Torrance back to the scorer's table here for Upperman. Johnson with it. He gives off to Bush. Bush, Helms back to Bush. Now Johnson. Johnson drives inside, throws it up off the glass. Good, nice finish for Johnson.
That's what you like to see from the guys who don't get a ton of playing time either, is they're still running the offense well, still playing hard defensively.
Long 3 on the other end, up and good. Nolan Adams splashes in the triple. We'll have a timeout for the subs to check in. Torrance and Finn Sism back in. And yeah, Johnson, a player, he gave it to me, by the way, because he entered the starting lineup late in the season on a football field, and I wasn't giving him his due. Starting linebacker, he's not afraid to get about it. Oh, they all let me know about it. But he's going to be a player, I think, that earns some minutes throughout this season as well. 17-point game, 2.5 to go. Upperman been able to throw it in cruise control here in the fourth quarter after pulling away. Led by one, or trailed by one rather, at the end of the first quarter. And since then, it's been all bees here on the road. Torrance loses hand on line. Nolan Adams is really emerging on this floor right now as the dominant player. He's got it in the front court, drives in, now a little fadeaway in the mid-range. That one won't fall. Good rebound for Johnson. Now firing a pass ahead to Cam Bush. Pass was tipped, nearly went in. And now coming the other way, here comes Clay County. That's Westmoreland. Coast to coast, Westmoreland throws up a shot, and the foul will be called on Johnson. Trip to the line to shoot two here for Kyler Westmoreland, and everybody's getting in now. Doesn't look like hardly anybody has a jacket left on either sideline. We're going to see Walter Kane and Elijah Fitz, a couple more football players about to get in here.
I believe Collier Bush is the last player on the roster, and I don't think he is dressed tonight.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to play this evening as the first free throw is no good.
A couple of other football players that also played pretty well this season.
We're definitely going to get some names here that I do not have, or numbers that I don't have names for. We're going to try our best. We're going to see if we do, as the next one for Westmoreland is up and good. He goes 1 for 2. .150 and counting here. Elijah Fitz into the front court. Fitz gives off right side, wide open. Landon Hall triggers the three, no good. But Johnson right there for the putback, and he is fouled. And we'll go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot two.
Well, next up for the Bees, Saturday, hosting Siegel. It's going to be a really fun one.
Yeah.
It's going to be another 4A team. It's a good Siegel team.
It is a good Siegel team. It's going to be fun to watch. The first free throw, no good.
That's the thing about beating Oakland the way that they did. That was a good Oakland team. And, I mean, they've played a good schedule. They've beaten good teams.
Second free throw. Bank is open, and it's through. 3 points in the quarter for Johnson. 68-51 our score. Billa, he gives off right side. If I'm mispronouncing his name, I apologize. It's the double L as Fitz is going to intercept that pass, and now here comes Fitz into the front court, goes up. The putback is up and good. Landon Hall finishes. Was Fitz going for a dunk there?
The way that the bench stood up, they almost acted like he was going to try to.
That would have been something. He's athletic. He's not the tallest young man in the world, but he's athletic. That would have been crazy. Right side pass goes. Now I want to see it. Back and forth. Now a three ball on the way. That's offline. No good. Hall keeps it in. Now he'll push it in transition ahead. Hall drives baseline. Now up and under. Landed Hall. Good for two.
Everybody getting in the stat sheet.
43 seconds to go in the ball game. Moments away for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. They flip pass across. Now a three ball is up. That is no good. This place would have gone nuts.
Even the Upperman bench is up.
I love it. I love high school basketball, man. It's awesome. And we're going to have 3 free throws upcoming here for Hunter Buford. Good for this young man. Hunter Buford at the line. A senior. First free throw. Good. And great sportsmanship. Everybody applauding the young man who's getting into the action here and makes the first. Second one. Oh, no good. Just off the back of the rim. Buford lines up for the last one. No good. Rebound down to Johnson. 20-point game. 28 seconds to go. Upperman can dribble it out. Well, with the reserves, and a lot of times they won't do that. You're just trying to play and get some minutes. Kane. Walter Kane, right side. Back and forth. He has it 16 seconds. Now Kane going to drive the lane, loses handle on it. Possession swiped away from him. Here comes Clay County the other way. 8 seconds left. Lining it up. They want him to shoot it. He does not. 4 seconds. Now this one would count if it goes, and it does not. Final score, Upperman 72, Clay County 52. The Bees improve to 5-1 on the season. We welcome you into the Swallows Insurance post-game show. We appreciate Swallows Insurance for being one of our all-inclusive sponsors. If you want to be an all-inclusive sponsor, send a message to our Facebook page. You see them on each and every one of our broadcasts that we do. You asked me, hey, what is the Hall Sports and Outdoors thing? That's all-inclusive. So make sure you send a message to our Facebook page, and we'll get you set up with that. But final score, Upperman 72-52. We'll tally up the scoring and get to it. With Jacob, another dominant effort out of the Bees, who now have nearly their full complement. They're still waiting on Clayton Harris to get back, but once they do, they'll be full bore and ready to go, and they look like a very dangerous high school basketball team.
Yeah, have the full roster, but again, that full roster is not necessarily at full strength yet, just because there's still you can't say enough about going from football shape to basketball shape. Those guys are going to get there in the few coming weeks, and yet they're still playing their best, really good basketball. First two times they've been in the 70s so far this season as soon as the football team gets back into action. And again, they've been in 2 blowout wins for them. Those are 2 good teams. Oakland is a really good 4A team. Clay County is a really good 1A team. They took care of business. This was a 1-point game at the end of the first quarter. They were able to pull away towards halftime, pull away even more in the third. And this Upperman Bees team, they just keep on rolling and now set up for a really fun matchup with Siegel on Saturday.
I thought Clay County gave a good account for themselves tonight in this game, stepping up in classification all around. Scoring is as follows. Nate Adams led all of Clay County with 19 points in this game. Nolan Adams with 8. Then a host of players with 3. Westmoreland, Birdwell, Smith. Down the list here. Don't want to miss anybody. Eads as well. And then with 2 points today, it was Browning and Adams. I want to make sure we get all these names. There's a whole bunch of Clay County Bulldogs with 3 or 2 points. 1 point tonight for Hunter Buford for a team total of 52. For the victorious Upperman Bees tonight, it was another dominant performance out of Ty Cobb. 28 points in the ball game, 13 for Braden Roberts, 10 for Bronston Chaffin, 3 for Colton Johnson, 9 for Evan Huddleston, 3 as well for Jack Torrance, 4 for Landon Hall, and 2 for Isaiah Helms, for a team total of 72. It's time for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. No surprise tonight. Jacob, who's it going to?
It's going to be Ty Cobb. And we're talking with Goose again. He's texting us throughout that. Again, if you don't know, Goose played in college. He played college basketball, so he knows the game a little bit as well. He talks about the things outside of the scoring that Ty Cobb does. He facilitates the basketball. He plays defense. He rebounds the basketball. He knows where the ball should be. He's the facilitator. He starts the offense. He does so many things for this team. He's such a great player. And he can score the basketball a little bit as well.
Ty Cobb, the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Clay County with a little bit of time off, and they will host their invitational. Upperman back in action on Saturday against Siegel at home. That will not be it for us, though. Tomorrow, we will have 3 sets of games on the main UCR Facebook page. That's where you're watching this game right now. If you're on Facebook, it will be York welcoming in Oakland with Roger Ely and Rusty Ellis on the call there, presented by Beatty Lumber. On UCR2, it'll be Cookville hosting Hendersonville with Rafferty Cleary and Chase Hoke on the call. That's presented by Dr. Alyssa Hudson, Upper Cumberland Family Dentistry, Double Precision, and Hooper, Huddleston, and Horner Funeral Home. I will be in Baxter as the Lady Bees welcome in PCA, a really good girls basketball matchup. A girls-only game presented by Nick's Restaurant. That will begin at 6 o'clock on UCR3. Upperman sweeps the doubleheader tonight. The girls get it done earlier, 34-29, and the Bees defeat the Bulldogs 72-52. Keep your eyes on UpperCumberlandReporter.com for the latest coverage of high school sports throughout the area, including much more to come from Salina tonight, as this was the only game, I believe, going on around the area. Goose was here, so we got great content coming from there. We'll have much more to come throughout the weekend, of course. Don't forget, next Thursday through Saturday, we will be live from Orlando, Florida, as Upperman, both boys and girls, participate in the KSA tournament. I will be down there with all the action game times to come later on. Thanks so much for spending part of your Thursday night with us. I'm Noah McKay for Jacob Vincent to my right, and everybody at UCR. Have a great night, everybody.